organization of the African qualifiers for the FIFA 2026 World Cup, the following criteria were set for qualification to the World Cup. 1. The 54 African associations are divided into 9 groups of 6 teams. Yeah. It makes sense. Basic arithmetic, 6, 9, 54. All right? The first of each group will qualify directly to the FIFA World Cup 2026 according to the results in each group in conformity with the criteria mentioned in the regulations of the FIFA World Cup 2026 in the preliminary competition, Article 11.5. The 4 best runners-up play a centralized continental playoff to determine the African team which will play the intercontinental FIFA playoff tournament. In consideration of withdrawals and or other circumstances that may reduce the number of teams in any group to fewer than 5, the following criteria will be applied to determine the best 4 runners-up. 1. To determine the best 4 runners-up of all 9 groups, all the results of the bottom-ranked team of each group or the withdrawn team will not be taken into consideration when considering the best runners-up.
Mm-hmm. Take that again.
To determine the best 4 runners-up of all 9 groups, all the results of the bottom-ranked team of each group or the withdrawn team will not be taken into consideration when comparing the best runners-up.
Fantastic.
2. The criteria to determine the best runners-up after excluding the results against the bottom-ranked team or the withdrawn team are the same criteria mentioned in the regulations of the FIFA World Cup 2026 for the preliminary competition in Article 11.5 where applicable. In the case a group has more than 1 withdrawn or disqualified team, the equivalent number of bottom-ranked teams in each group will be excluded in the comparison of best runners-up with the same above-mentioned criteria.
So Nathan, pause there for me. So, if you take Group Ghana, if Chad withdrew from the competition, all the points teams accumulated against Chad will be expunged.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
If Central African Republic also withdrew, all the points the teams accumulated playing against Chad and Central African Republic will be expunged from the record. Is that correct?
Okay, it says that.
Yes, that is.
So that's the last point. The last point.
So if a third team withdraws, same.
Yes.
To make sure all the groups are level or number of opponents.
Yes.
That is
very
correct.
good.
So in this case, what happened?
So in this case, Eritrea withdrew from the competition. They were in Morocco's group.
Yeah.
Group E. They didn't play any matches at all.
Okay. So Morocco had a group of 5.
Morocco had a group of 5.
All other 8 groups had 6 opponents.
Yes.
So to get the second best team, we'll look at taking out all the points, all the teams accumulated from playing that bottom place.
Yes, so in this case, they looked at, in this case, CAF took all the second place teams.
Yes.
And took away all the points they got from playing against the bottom teams in their group. Yes. So the teams that qualified automatically in top spot, they were not part.
Yeah,
yes, if you finish second, all the results against the bottom place team in your group will be taken away. Good. For example, Burkina Faso's results against Djibouti, taken away. DRC's results against South Sudan, taken away. Nigeria's results against Zimbabwe, taken away.
Good.
Cameroon's results against Eswatini, taken away.
Good.
Niger's results against what would have been Eritrea. Those ones were taken away.
Yeah. So
Gabon's results
Niger
against
now sets the standard for everybody.
Yeah.
Because they didn't play
Eritrea
at all. So they were in second place. They were not going to lose any points. Now they became the standard.
Yes.
Now 15 points
upwards. Very good. Gabon's tally against Seychelles in terms of points taken away. Uganda's points against Somalia taken away. Namibia's points against Sao Tome, taking away. Madagascar's points against Chad, taking away. So that was what happened across all the groups.
So that's what killed Madagascar.
Very good. So by the time qualification ended and everybody had their points. Now, let me give you the points tally that all the second place teams got. Burkina Faso, 21. This was without deduction.
Yeah.
DRC, 22. Without deduction. Nigeria, 17 without deduction. Cameroon, 19 without deduction. Niger, 15, but they didn't even play Algeria at all, so they kept their points. Gabon, 25 without the deduction. Uganda, 18 without the deduction. Namibia, 15 without the deduction. So that's where we are.
Now we do the deduction.
And then Madagascar, sorry.
Yeah, so
19 points without their deduction. So now
we did the subtraction.
CAF showed up and started to take away everybody's points.
Yes.
When they finished, this was how it looked like. Gabon had 19 points. DRC had 16 points. Cameroon had 15 points. Nigeria had 15 points. Burkina Faso had 15 points. Niger had 15 points. Madagascar had 13. Uganda 12. And Namibia 9.
So
I've given you 9 teams.
Yes. So Nigeria scraped to just 1 goal.
Yes, so Nigeria
They had a
scored
better goal difference
very good.
over Burkina Faso.
Nigeria scored 13 goals,
and this
conceded 6, had a goal difference of +7. Burkina Faso 13 goals, 7 conceded, a goal difference of +6.
Yeah. And this is where I fault CAF to a certain extent. Maybe the final round of matches should have been played simultaneously, because almost every group had one way or the other. The results of one group had implications elsewhere. Burkina Faso played their last game against Lesotho, if I'm not mistaken. No, against Sierra Leone.
SportyFM.
Okay, let me check that.
I'm trying to check.
Yes, so they played their last game against Ethiopia.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Sure.
And won 3-1. Now, teams played on Monday. Teams played on Tuesday. Nigeria had all the time in the world to do the permutation and know how many goals they had to win, to win by, to make sure they entered that playoff spot. They had all the time in the world to know that they needed 4 goals, at least, to be safe, if they were supposed to pick one of those spots. So maybe, moving on, CAF would have to look at it again. If they had played the games at the same time, maybe Nigeria would have scored 4. Maybe they would have scored 5. Maybe Burkina Faso would have also looked at Ethiopia and said, well, we have to whip them well, and possibly go for 6 and done the operations well. Maybe. So CAF would have to look at that. But you see, Nathan, this thing has happened before. This subtraction business.
Yeah.
It happened when we were going to the 2010 World Cup.
That's true.
So 2010 World Cup, we had 3 rounds of qualification. And that 2010 World Cup was the first time host nations had to play in the qualifiers, because the qualifiers was going to serve, the qualifiers for the World Cup was going to serve as the qualifier for the AFCON as well. So first round, they put together the least ranked teams. That was when Madagascar beat Comoros 10-2.
Yeah.
They put them together. Yeah.
Comoros, today's
Yes,
Comoros.
yes. And they picked 3 of them. They picked 3 teams from there. Then they brought the other 45 teams who were seeded better. So they had 48 teams in all. So in the second round, it was 12 groups, 4 teams each.
Yeah.
Then they decided to, so that particular second round was to determine the teams that would qualify for the AFCON. And then the best 12 and the second best 8, that is the 8 second best teams, making 20, will go into the final round of qualifying for the World Cup. So if you remember, Angola and South Africa failed to make it. So they couldn't even qualify for the last stage. So they went to play Angola hosted the AFCON. They didn't qualify for the World Cup. South Africa also didn't qualify for the AFCON.
They hosted
their World Cup. So that one was settled there. Now in that same competition, in the second round, this same Eritrea withdrew even before the tournament started. Ethiopia played in that second round.
Yeah.
When Ethiopia played, they had issues. Their federation, so almost like the TF, the Ethiopian Football Federation, they had issues.
Yeah.
So they were suspended. They played all 6 games, but they were suspended. So Ethiopia also in their group, where I think so in their group there was Morocco again, Rwanda, Mauritania, Ethiopia. So once they got suspended, they also had to be their points had to be removed from all the teams that accumulated points in the process. Okay. Then same for the Ethiopia group, same for the Eritrea group that had the likes of Eritrea also had some interesting teams there. Let me quickly get your Eritrea's group. So
this was the initial group.
Yeah, so Zambia, Togo, Swaziland, and Eritrea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the tournament, when they were drawing the second best teams, they came back to this rule. Second place team. So now it was 4 teams. So now it came down to 3. They had to level all the teams up to 3.
Yeah.
So the second best team would now be assessed based on the result they got against the first and the third place team.
Yeah.
Any points they got against
The bottom
place team was going to be expunged.
Yeah.
SportyFM.
That was how come they finally settled on Rwanda, Kenya, Tunisia, Togo, Gabon, Sudan, Malawi, Mozambique. And if you remember, Ghana's group, we had Libya, we had Gabon, and we had Lesotho.
Yeah.
Everybody beat Lesotho.
Sure.
Now, when it was time for us to do the qualification, all of us had 12 points. Now, when they did the subtraction, Gabon now came to 6.
Sure.
And that's how Gabon scraped through the qualifiers. Okay. So, this practice has been there. So, it's not a new rule CAF introduced recently.
The whole thing is, if you read the CAF circular, they quoted the article.
Yes.
And
11.5.
as at May 2023, all the countries were aware that this was going to be the criteria if it happened that a team is withdrawing from the qualifiers. So all the countries were aware.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked that just a few months to the final round of matches, that's where the countries realized,
SportyFM.
no, this is the criteria, so we should sit up. Nigeria, I can tell you that Nigeria were not aware that they had a chance of qualifying for the playoff until the last minute.
Yeah.
Why they were not aware?
You see,
No, they didn't
pay attention to that rule. So everybody almost wrote Nigeria off.
Yeah.
Oh, Nigeria is out. Nigeria is out. Until CAF updated them or reminded them that this is the criteria. Then all the federations were, so we have a chance. Now we have to be very smart in our dealings. That's why I will agree with Raymond that the last round of matches, especially the second place teams who had the matches, all of those matches should have been played simultaneously.
It would have
I see.
done the mischief.
Yes.
So all the teams. So for example, the matches involving teams like Nigeria,
Burkina
Faso,
Madagascar, all should have been played.
Gabon, all
Yes.
these things. So CAF should have isolated all those games, knowing that they could have
They had
repercussions,
implications,
Yeah.
and then you play them simultaneously.
Because Nigeria took their time.
That is it. Because they knew if they score 4, they qualify straight away to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's what they did yesterday.
Because even in terms of, if it wasn't going to be goal difference, if they were level on goal difference with Burkina Faso, the next would have been the number of goals scored by both teams.
Yeah.
Burkina Faso scored as many as 23. So they were going to beat Nigeria there. So Nigeria knew they just had to get 4 goals.
4 goals, and they got it.
I'm sure.
But it's not a new rule.
Yeah.
So
2010 it was applied.
Yeah.
They got their 20 teams.
oh,
Then we played
there are
the World
several
Cup. And then
there are several times CAF has used this. Several
It's
times.
today that everybody. So Nathan, nothing untoward happened. CAF did not plan to favor Nigeria in any.
No, not at all.
The law is the law.
So
But
CAF,
the rule-
so
the
CAF
rule is the
didn't
rule.
magically conjure up some.
No. And it's not a new rule.
Yeah, that's not new.
It's not a new rule. It's been there. Unless maybe the next World Cup qualifiers, CAF and FIFA will agree that they will amend that rule we are going by the rule.
So the CAS will not happen.
So CAS is not happening.
If you go to CAS, there's precedent.
They'll quote the articles for you.
And they'll show you that.
There's nothing you can do.
It's a dead case.
It's a dead case.
Yes, a dead case.
All right. So
that's how Nigeria scraped through the qualifiers.
So for those who are wondering, as Raymond said, because yesterday there was a lot of confusion, people following the game, people were asking questions. So this is how come Nigeria made it to the playoffs. So that is out of the way. So when everything settled down, listeners, this is what the playoff picture looked like, right? In terms of the rankings or the ranked teams. Gabon, number 1 in that ranking, 19 points. DRC, 16. Cameroon, 15. But they had a better goal difference than Nigeria. And then Nigeria had 15. They had a better goal difference than Burkina Faso. 1 more goal than Burkina Faso. So that was how that episode ended. But no, let's get into some of the matches, right? Let's get into some of the matches. Nigeria, people were asking, so where was this Nigeria all through the qualifiers? How come it was yesterday that they finally woke up, got themselves 4 unanswered goals, and have given themselves a chance to qualify? Even though now the road is longer, they've given themselves
but they have a hope now. I think it's more about having Victor Osimhen at his best. If you've watched Nigeria in recent times, anytime they will score a goal, if it is not Osimhen, it means Nigeria might be drawing or losing. If they will win, you see Osimhen in the scoring sheet. So for him to step up yesterday, the moment he scored 1-2, I realized, no, this is the time for Osimhen. He just decided to win the game for Nigeria. Hat-trick on the final day against Benin. And we are not talking about a Benin side that is weak. This is a Benin side that beat Nigeria in the reverse fixture 2-1.
Yeah.
They came from behind to beat Nigeria 2-1. And we've seen how they've been able to get certain results in the group. At some point, they were even close to getting the ticket to the World Cup. For Nigeria to defy all the odds, I never believed Nigeria would beat Benin, let alone to score 4 unanswered goals against Benin. I think the Nigeria players decided that no, this time we have to prove a point. Why a lot of people tag us as one of the teams with superstars in our midst. So they decided to do the job for themselves. And Samuel Chukwueze, all the players, yesterday was different. I've never seen a Nigerian side like yesterday before. You could see every aspect of the team was working. And we have to give credit to Victor Osimhen. Osimhen, his commitment level whenever he plays for Nigeria has been rooftop. And I think he's the reason why Nigeria is in the playoffs. Anytime he's not in the team, we see how they struggle to even create chances. So I'll give credit to Victor Osimhen. Yes, the entire team played, but I think it is Victor Osimhen who carried everything on himself just to make sure Nigeria get the playoff spot.
Big players decide big games.
Yes.
But Nathan, you see, I think yesterday, Benin were a bit handicapped, especially missing their Jiku and Pate. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, those yellow cards.
Yeah, so Johan Roch and De Almeida, their absence affected them. Because these 2 players had been the key cogs in the team. So once the defender Roch was out, once De Almeida was out, it was always going to be difficult for Gernot Rohr to get capable replacement in those departments. Maybe Nigeria could have won, but they would have scored 4. Yeah. It was just a bad day at the office for Benin. Almost everything that had to go wrong went wrong for them. And the suspensions didn't help them. The suspensions to key players. It's almost like Ghana going to play a very important game, and you are losing Pate, and you are losing Jiku. I mean, that's what happened to Benin.
It was a very, very interesting game. I mean, as we've said, Nigeria really turned it up. Really turned it up on the day, and they managed to get themselves 3 needed points. In the other game, it was South Africa. We saw them draw goalless with Zimbabwe last week Friday. in a game that I think they should have won, but I think they cracked under pressure. They didn't know how to handle the pressure. But no, in terms of the game yesterday, they started way better, scored very early, and I think the early goal calmed them down, and then they could play their football from there.
I think yesterday in that group, the early goals were the magic for the teams. Nigeria scored as early as 3rd minute.
Yeah, South Africa scored after 6 minutes. So, yeah.
And that was all they needed, just to spark them on. Well, if you watch South Africa, they've been scoring early goals in most of their games, and that calms them. And I think Talete Mbata, that bullet of a strike was the magic for them. South Africa, they've been one of the most consistent teams in Africa recently. I think they are unbeaten in their last 17 or so games under Hugo Broos, and that's a remarkable run for the Bafana. It was just unfortunate they had to lose 3 points because of the Teboho Mokoena issues. Yeah. If not, we wouldn't be discussing this playoff and Nigeria having a chance or Berlin having a chance. South Africa would have qualified even before this last round of match. But I think they just showed the reason why they are one of the best teams on the continent recently. Their game against Zimbabwe was more like a local derby.
Yeah, of course.
And you know what goes into local derbies. Zimbabwe trying to prove a point why South Africa should respect them.
Yeah.
So I understood why that game was more like a tough game for South Africa. And as you said, the pressure was way too much for them. They couldn't handle it. And most of the South Africa players, I think a bit of inexperience in that kind of games
that is true.
affected them. So they had to regroup and then make sure they win against Rwanda. And it was always going to be like that. Bafana getting 3-0 is a deserved win, and they deserve to be in the World Cup.
I think so. I think it's just reward for all the good things Hugo Broos has done with this team. He's turned the team around.
You remember when he was appointed? South Africans started complaining.
Oh yeah, it's true.
About
they didn't
like the sort of collapse he was doing, and he told everybody that they should calm down for him. They should give him the time. If he fails to qualify for the World Cup, they should just kill him. He told them that if he fails, if they allow him to do what he wants to do with the team, and he fails to qualify for the World Cup, they should just eliminate him from this world. And here we are. Hugo Broos has done it.
He's taking them to a
since 2002. They are not qualified for the World Cup.
2010 they were hosts, so that's automatic qualification.
Yeah, that was automatic qualification. But to play qualifiers and qualify, the last time was 2002, and I think South Africans deserve to celebrate.
We'll talk a bit more about South Africa.
Those years they were sitting on our happiness.
but let's go to the line. We've been joined by our colleague from Sporty TV Nigeria, Blessing Faowe, and we'll get some perspective from Nigeria, how people are feeling before and after the game, and how they are feeling now that there is a chance of qualifying to the World Cup, although it's a bit of an extended run. Blessing, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good morning. Good.
How are you doing today?
I mean, it's relief. That's the word that I have. After last night, it is huge relief for me as a Nigerian. I mean, just knowing that I have a second chance to make first impression, quote and unquote, as he said, it just it makes us delighted in a way. Yeah.
How are Nigerian fans taking all of this? Because before the game, you could tell that this was a very important one. The pressure was high. Nigeria needed to deliver, and probably hope that other variables would line up in their favor. But the other things didn't line up. But Nigeria got themselves the win. What have the fans been saying? What have people been saying in Nigeria after that huge win over Benin yesterday?
First off, before the game, there were lots of social media conversations back and forth. We had fans pretty much coming down on the team, on the players for what they felt could have been a better performance. And, particularly with the goalkeeper, and knowing that we almost almost, by a stroke of mistake, almost lost, that valid point against Lesotho just on Friday. And then there were conversations back and forth on Twitter, fans pretty much calling out the players, telling them that sometimes they play like divas, right? Because you guys are rich, you are entitled. I mean, there were conversations around Stanley Nwabali, the goalkeeper. There were conversations around Victor Osimhen particularly, because he shows so much passion on the pitch every time he's got to play. And some fans were like, okay, all of the passion that you get to show, I mean, to what end? It's almost like you want to fight on the pitch of play. So they were dragging him, if I can use that word, on social media. But I mean, the tune changed entirely, because it felt like even he himself was watching, or perhaps just reading through the comments, what people were saying on social media, and decided that it was just going to come out, and it was a beast of a performance that we saw from Victor. Yes, so that performance really changed the entire tone. It changed the entire conversation. Fans this morning, they've been hailing Victor Osimhen, hailing Marco Adams, who they said has slotted just right well, fitted right well, but beside the Victor Osimhen. There's been conversations around Samuel Chukwueze, who for the past 2 years has been on a downward trend in the national team, but just gave a performance of his life yesterday with those 2 assists. So it's a change of tune entirely, a change of conversation entirely. Now there's a small fraction that feels that, why are we celebrating the chance of being in a playoff? It is just a playoff. But then again, there's the other faction, the larger faction, who are just very grateful for the fact that we have another chance to try to get this done at the end of the day.
Do you think that now that the Super Eagles are going to the playoff, we are going to see a different team? Because they really, really struggled in the first 3-4 games of the qualifiers, and it is those struggles that ultimately led to the complicated run. Do you think we'll see a different Super Eagles going forward, a more straightforward team, a more determined team, a team that will deliver the results now that they have this second opportunity? Or it's very unpredictable, you can't tell what you get from the Nigerians?
To be honest, with Nigeria, sometimes you can't tell what you get, because I'm saying that because I've been asking myself as well, how did we go from being in the finals of the AFCON just a year and 10 months ago, that was January last year, to struggling to qualify for the World Cup? So it's very difficult to say this is the actual Super Eagles that you get. But one thing I've also known with following Nigeria over the years, watching our game, is the fact that every time it feels like our backs are against the wall, that's when they tend to fight. Every time it feels like we've ruled them out, almost leaving them for nothing, that's when they just spring forward. But I believe that some of these players understand how important it is that they've gotten a second chance with this playoff, and I expect that performance that would show in the performance, in the upcoming games, about 3 or 4 games as the case may be, because I look at our entire squad and I can only pinpoint about 3 players who have been to the World Cup previously. The captain Trist Ekong has been to the World Cup. Wilfred Ndidi has been to the World Cup. Maybe Moses Simon or Alex Iwobi, either of those players. No, I don't think Alex Iwobi has been to the World Cup, but what I'm trying to bring out of this is that more than half of the entire players have not been at the World Cup. Victor Osimhen, who is currently 26 right now, if we do miss out of this World Cup, the next one is available for will be at when he's 30, and that's already at you could say is at his prime, or pretty much getting out of his prime, as the case may be. So you want to do everything that you can to ensure you make this episode of the World Cup, and I feel like that should be the mentality going into the remaining the playoff games. And if they do get out of the playoff games, in Africa, going into the intercontinental playoff games as well, that should be the mentality. Just understanding that we have this one chance, and if we miss it, many of us will not be back in the national team. Many of us will not be, in the next squad that will be assembled probably in the next 4 years. I could say maybe Osimhen, maybe it will be, maybe Ademola Lookman. The entire team perhaps will be overthrown by that time. So everyone has got to have a change of mentality, have a change of approach going into the playoffs. And I hope that we have a bit of consistency now, especially with the manager, because one of the things I felt was wrong with us at the beginning was the fact that we kept changing. We dilly-dallied on sacking Jose Peseiro, and then it took the first 2 games of the qualifiers, and then we went to Finidi George, who took another 2 games, finished with just 1 point actually, and then we decided, okay, we needed to go with Eric Chell. So it feels like we found a bit of consistency because Eric Chell seems to be doing very well. It's not lost any game at the moment. So let's just see how the mentality will change going into this remaining playoffs.
After the game, what have the players said? How have they reacted to all of this?
Well, the players, they are really excited. They're really happy because, like I said, the back where it was against the wall. Tolu Arokodare, he came on social media hailing Victor Osimhen because he's supposed to be like, I don't want to say on the study, but as a striker, he's supposed to be in a position where he can, help out Osimhen, who showed us the responsibility of scoring, but he hasn't exactly. I think he scored in the last month and the last qualifiers, but he hasn't been consistent as such. And I can understand that. He's just moved to a new club in England, still struggling to find his footing there. Victor Boniface, who was in form with Leverkusen for the last 2-3 years or thereabout, at the moment is out of favor in the national team. Even at his club side, he's not getting the goals he did back in the last couple of years. So it was not called up to this last qualifiers. He also went on social media practically singing praises of Victor Osimhen. So yes, the players are saying that yes, we understand what is at stake now. We understand that we had to do it by the hard way, but now it's time for us to just go in and see what we can actually get out of this.
Wow, what a run for the Super Eagles. The playoffs will be played in November. Let's see how they will fare. And if they are successful, then there's a longer part of the trip in Mexico where they have to fight for that ticket. But Blessing, thank you so much for joining us. It's been fun chatting with you. Congrats to the Super Eagles. They stay alive for now. Let's see. Let's see if they'll stay alive to the very end. Blessing, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. That was a Blessing Fawaway of Sporty TV Nigeria. So you heard, she says relief. No, they are breathing easy now.
Yeah. I think many Nigerians didn't believe they were going to see a Super Eagles beat Benin by 4 goals to 0, especially when they know that their former coach, Genotro, is in charge of Benin, and the technical bench also had some Nigerians in there. Yeah, so it was always going to be difficult for anyone to predict that the Super Eagles will get a win. But the job was done easily. I would say easily because to beat Benin 4-0, yeah, I think they deserve to celebrate now. It's a relief for them. And you see, the dynamics going into the playoff is quite different from the qualifiers itself.
Okay.
Because we are going to play a knockout system. You win against Gabon, you are through to the finals. You win, you go to the final stage. You win, you are in the World Cup. This is not about points accumulation or whatever. So you put in your best, and experience-wise, everything will come to play this time. And we know how Nigeria are able to navigate it when it is a tournament form. So I think they can believe in themselves that they have a chance of at least making it to the World Cup, the 10th team to join the African contingent in Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America. I'm happy for them because it was always going to be difficult, especially for players like Victor Osimhen, Calvin Bassey, Ademola Lookman, and the other players. Failing to qualify for this World Cup would have been a dent on their career, and there is no guarantee that these players will be around when we are playing the qualifiers or we are looking for teams to represent Africa in the 2030 World Cup. So this is the time for the players to make sure they also make it to the World Cup. Missing out 2022 when they lost home and away aggregate to Ghana was very, very disturbing to them. So they couldn't afford to miss the World Cup for a second time in a row. So this is the time for them. They should grab the opportunity in the playoffs and make sure at least they can boast that, if we are counting the teams that is playing in the World Cup in next year, Nigeria will be part of it.
For our listeners, if you don't get you are trying to understand this playoff competition in Morocco. Now this is it. The matches will be played on the 13th and 16th. So the 13th will be the semi-finals.
Yes.
16th will be the finals. Okay, now in case there are draws in the games, the matches will go to extra time. If necessary, they'll be decided by a shootout. Teams will be allowed 5 subs with an additional 6 permitted during extra time. Now, CAF has further confirmed that the October 2025 rankings will determine the seeding for the playoff draw. So the highest ranked team will face the 4th ranked team in one of the semi-finals, and the 2nd ranked team will face the 3rd ranked team. Now, in terms of that picture, when you have a look at the standings or the rankings, right? The rankings in terms of the 2nd place teams. There's Gabon, DRC, Cameroon, and Nigeria.
Yeah.
So CAF will look at the October rankings. The highest ranked team amongst these 4 will face the lowest ranked team.
Yeah.
And then the team that is ranked 2nd will face the team that is ranked 3rd.
Yeah.
From this, I don't know whether we can even guess. It looks like it will be Nigeria looks like the highest ranked team here.
Yeah. And Gabon is the last.
And Gabon
amongst
is the
the
last
4.
ranked team. So it looks like Nigeria and Gabon.
Gabon. Then DRC.
That picture will not change much.
Yeah.
And then DRC and Cameroon.
Hey, that's good. That's another cracker.
Gabon are playing some delicious football, eh?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. When they have Aubameyang back in the team, I think they are going to be a threat, especially with Aubameyang. I don't know why he scored 4 and received a red card in the end. That's why he couldn't play yesterday. But
the final game.
I think he should be ready for the playoffs, and he's going to play a key role in Gabon's. I think the playoff is going to be a bit dicey, and here experience is going to count a lot. Experience is going to count a lot. That's why I feel Nigeria will have the edge over Gabon. Yeah, Gabon are playing fine football. You see how they gave Cote d'Ivoire a run for their money. Cote d'Ivoire won almost all the games. They couldn't concede a goal, but they still had to wait until the final day before they can confirm their qualification to the World Cup. It was as a result of how Gabon had been consistent in the run of the qualifiers. So Gabon, they have a fine team. They have some very good players, but against Nigeria, it's going to be very, very difficult for them. I believe Nigeria will use that bit of experience to overcome them.
Well, let's hope Nigeria will show up.
No, but no, you. I know you followed Gabon and their exploit. Their coach Thierry Moyuma. Who is he? Because I tried looking him up, and his body of work in terms of coaching is just Gabon.
Just Gabon.
Yeah. So
he has been around the Gabon team for quite some time now.
Okay.
He's almost the assistant coach to any foreign coach they appointed.
Oh, okay.
So he has studied the team. He knows everything about the team. So they decided to give him the job, so that since he has been part of the team for this long time, they had the belief that he has everything to control the team, and I think he's working perfectly for them. He played in South Africa. He worked a little bit also in South Africa and some parts of the Southern Africa, but his main job, or his first major job, is the Gabon job, and I think he's doing so well.
Yeah, I mean, he's done remarkably well. I mean, he went toe to toe with
Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
He went toe to toe with them.
You know, they missed out by they fell behind by a point.
Yeah.
It was just them failing to win their home game against Cote d'Ivoire.
Yes. If they had won that game,
if they had won that game, Gabon would have qualified for the World Cup. That's how it is.
that would have been a bit of a story.
Yeah.
Ahead of Cote d'Ivoire, who are defending AFCON champions. So that's the story. DRC were also they were in Senegal's group, but as it went along, they really couldn't match Senegal. They fell behind by 2 points. They finished on 22 points. Senegal finished on 20. For Senegal, just like Cote d'Ivoire, also had to win on final day
to confirm.
ensure that they
but I think the job was done in Kinshasa when they overturned that 2-0 deficit to win 3-2 against DR Congo. That game changed everything about Senegal's qualification, and they needed that win at all costs, and they proved why they are one of the best teams on the continent today. I think they are also on a run of about 20 or so matches without a defeat, including a 3-1 win over England in the
friendly.
in the friendly. So Senegal, with all the talent and stars they have, they needed to show up in the game against DR Congo. You know, in 52 years, DR Congo had never beaten Senegal anywhere. And that was their chance. Leading 2-0, they thought that was the moment for them. But Senegal made sure they overturned that. So I think the moment Senegal won that game, I concluded they are through to the World Cup. Well, there was no way South Sudan and Mauritania were going to stop them.
Obviously, I mean that was almost an impossibility. That wasn't going to happen. In terms of teams that also got the job done final day, Cape Verde. This was from 2 days ago. Cape Verde also managed to close the deal, but for them, I think it was a matter of when, if not if, that you knew that once they stayed focused, they were always going to go past Cameroon. As for Cameroon, it's really self-inflicted, right? Some people point to Otto's squabbles with almost everybody, his issues with the minister, you know, over Breeze. I don't know what you make of all of this. Some people say all of this caused.
Definitely. The reason why Cameroon are not going to the World Cup and how to...
Through an automatic...
through an automatic route is because of the conflict between Samuel Eto'o and the sports ministry. And it caused them in their game against Eswatini. Do you know that they arrived in South Africa to play Eswatini the same day of the game? That's why they drew 0-0 with Eswatini.
Yes.
And that is the reason why Cameroon is not going to the World Cup.
Because 3 points that day, if you add 3 points to this, 3 points that day would have put them in a good position.
Yes. That is the whole thing. Because the reason why they had to arrive the same day of the game was that some of the two was having issues with the sports minister as to who should facilitate the traveling of the team.
Yeah.
So with back and forth, there was delay. So they had to try as much as possible, get things quick. They arrived in South Africa around 2 a.m. And then they took a bus for about 3 hours to the match venue. So
Cameroon.
their 0-0 draw with Eswatini was because the players were jet lagged. And if you watch that game again, you will see that all the players were tired, and that's why they couldn't win against Eswatini. And that is the reason why they have to settle for playoffs in the World Cup qualifier. So I think Samuel Eto'o and the sports ministry will have a way to make sure they get back to the normal business, because Cameroon is one of the forces of African football, and
that's true.
You can't allow yourselves to be treated this way. I felt sad for the players, because how can you treat players this way?
It was so sad. I saw this video of Samuel Eto'o addressing the players. This was about 2 weeks ago, during the last international break. Addressing the players in the dressing room, speaking with the players. He was saying that, you know, he played just like them, you know, and they didn't give their best. And if there's somebody who doesn't want to play, the person can quit.
Yeah.
And he will use the young players and all of that. It was a very strong,
almost like
Niger. You know, and I said, hey, it was really strong. And then he finished all of that by saying that he understands how they feel and that he will do everything to support them and all of that. But Eto's reign as Cameroonian Football Federation boss, or FECA football, has been really chaotic. It's one war after the other.
Yeah. Do you know what happened in their game against Angola?
No.
Someone did not allow the assistant coach of the team to sit on the bench. So he took Carlos Idris Kameni, the former goalkeeper, who walks to the stands, get information from the assistant coach and take it to the bench. Can you imagine? Wow. So the assistant coach of the national team was sitting in the stands.
And he was issuing instructions through Carlos Kameni. What was Eto's problem with the assistant coach? Or was it still part of that war?
It is part of that war. Because he said the assistant coach once criticized him, and he's not in support of his reign as FECA foot president, and that is the problem.
Cameroon have all sorts of issues. even from the top to their football, all sorts of
Politics, they have problems.
Leadership issues.
Yeah, Cameroon is that country.
Yeah, but because you see, every time they appear at the World Cup, it's one story or other. Players have fought officials over money. They've had conflicts. Now there's Otto who's in the mix, and all kinds of problems are emerging. No, I want to get your thoughts on one team. Even though they didn't qualify, one team's run in the series fascinated me, Angola. And I ask because of how they qualified for the AFCON as against how they've struggled in this World Cup qualifier. It's almost like we saw two different teams.
Yeah, it is just like the Black Stars. We saw two different teams of the Black Stars. One in the World Cup qualifiers, being very, very resilient, very, very compact. But in the AFCON qualifier, different story altogether. I think that's why the coach decided to part ways with Angola.
Okay.
I think that they had issues with some players. He didn't want to invite them into the team, but the federation were forcing him to use certain players, so he decided to go away because he had a fine team coming from the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. Angola were one of the teams playing very, very good football. And they translated that into the AFCON qualifiers.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, they went off in the World Cup qualifiers. And I think sometimes when you are a coach and you are in charge of a team for quite a long time, you become a target. So he decided to move on.
Well,
I think their problem had to do with personal issues or internal issues within the team.
Okay.
And before they can give out that kind of performance at the AFCON in Morocco, they'll have to settle all these issues.
They need to. They are running the qualifiers really poor run. 2 wins, 6 draws, 2 losses.
Yeah, they
scored
even
9 and conceded 8.
They had to come from 2 goals down to draw 2-2 with Eswatini. And it was, I watched the game, it was so shambolic. So shambolic. But I think maybe the new coach, Patrice Baumel, will be able to try as much as possible to get the team back before the AFCON in Morocco. If not, it's going to be a disgrace for them. They should. They have fine players.
They do.
They have a lot of good players around, and we've been watching them. We've seen how they've been playing. But I think Patrice Baumel should be able to do it. But Pedro Goncalves has done his best, and I think the time he left the team was the right moment for him. He didn't want to destroy his record as coach of Angola national team, and that's why he decided to part ways. So I think, Angola will definitely come back, but how soon?
We wait to see. So in terms of the teams that have qualified, listeners, for those who do not know, Egypt, Senegal, South Africa, Cape Verde, Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire, Algeria, Tunisia, and Ghana. These are the 9 teams that have automatic tickets. The 10th team will be determined after this long playoff route where they need to win the African playoff. Then they need to go and win the Intercontinental playoff, which will be played in Mexico. The African playoff will be played on the 13th and on the 16th. 13th, the semi-finals. 16th, the final. And then should there be a winner, of course, there will be a winner. That winner will now go and take on the rest of the world. CONMEBOL teams, OFC, AFC, and then a few others.
Yeah.
And then CONCACAF. And then they get to. So from that, there'll be 2 winners. 2 winners. I think one African team and then one other team that will make it to the 2026 World Cup. You can send in your thoughts and comments 054-257-1061. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. It's 8:22. A little later, we'll be giving you another feature from the team put together by the wonderful Yao Fusulabi on Otto. A man who came under a lot of criticism. A lot of people gave him stick for not qualifying the team to the AFCON. Rightly so. Yao Fusulabi has charted Otto's story. Right, it's put together a brilliant story, and he's highlighted the highs and lows of his journey from not making the AFCON to qualifying Ghana to yet another World Cup, his second straight World Cup as the head coach of the team. We'll give you that story a little later. A23, your comments are welcome. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. We'll talk a bit about the Black Stars since they are all part of the qualifiers, and then it will take us into the Otto story. Kelvin Osman Science here. Kelvin, I don't know if you have any thoughts on the African qualifiers, this first stage, and how it has concluded.
I think it was quite interesting. Quite a long road. Some nations picked up the pieces after disappointing Africa Cup of Nations quest qualifiers. So the challenge and clearly the upgrade of certain teams, certain nations, how they are picking up clearly gives an indication. But the North Africans are continuously telling us that they would always be powerful. Look at Tunisia. They settled for just one draw.
They were unbeaten. 22 points, 22 goals.
Yeah.
None conceded.
Exactly. The chief of Haram football. But they will make sure that they score, they take their chances.
I call them qualifiers experts.
Yes.
Tunisia are very good at the qualifiers.
Yes,
when they get to the competition,
exactly.
that is
where the problem is. And I think that the North Africans are putting every single thing within their might. And I'm glad that, Senegal and the likes also continue their dominance. You look at the Cote d'Ivoire group and then the group that DR Congo found themselves.
Yeah.
It was quite engaging. Look at Ivory Coast and Gabon. It was just a single point that prevented Gabon from usurping Cote d'Ivoire to it. But the form with which they carry, if it continues like that, they should be able to, tear off the teams. I don't see how Nigeria would survive against them.
But Nigeria, they are revived.
Yes, you have Osimhen, they have Aubameyang who will be returning. Let's not forget. Yes. You have Osimhen, they have Aubameyang.
No, but
and looking at this Nigeria defense, sincerely, what I watched yesterday, if Benin had those two players who missed out, especially their forward man, it would have been tough for Nigeria. I still don't seem to trust their defense well. And this Gabon team have almost everything. It's a very good team, very, very good team. I think it's good enough. All the nations who are going to represent seem to be powerhouse. The South Africa making that return, Hugo Bruce, just like Samba spoke about him, creditably excellent campaign.
Yeah.
Putting together some of the best low talent in the PSL. And even some from some players from the Super Disky who just made short progressions into the Premier Soccer League. Yeah. And it clearly tells you a man who knew exactly what he was doing.
Hugo Bruce doesn't care about names.
Yeah.
If you've watched how or the number of players he has used in these qualifiers, you would understand him.
Yeah.
Almost every call-up has new faces.
Sure.
Almost every call-up, there are new faces. Yeah. I think about 4-5 players all scored 2 goals.
Yes.
No player in the South Africa team scored more than 2 goals. Because if you even score 2 and you dip in form, you are not coming back to the national team.
Exactly. Look at the journey of call-ups he made. I think he started without Lyle Foster.
Yes.
Lyle Foster went in and out of the team. Some players have gone in and out of the team. A player like the chap, one of the players got evidence, Makopa, for example. Makopa has gone in and out.
Yes.
Gone in and out.
Look at Pesita.
Yeah, Pesita is no longer.
He doesn't care.
He's out of
He doesn't care. Once you lose your form,
if Pesita is in any of these African countries,
he will play.
He will still be playing. But Hugo Bruce doesn't care about who you are and what sort of name you have. If you are doing good and he feels you can help his cause, you will be invited.
Because even initially, his team was a very Sundown-centric team. But as it went along, he started moving away from the Sundowns players. There are still some of them. Those who have dipped are out. The players who are performing well for Pirates, I mentioned Makope's name like this. So the players who are doing well in the other teams, you notice that they are getting the call.
He brings them on board.
And once you dip, you are out. He will bring in somebody else.
And I was very much happy seeing that Tamba Zwane,
Tembers one is
he
an
went
example.
in and out of the team.
Yes.
And he even sits on the bench more than he plays.
There are no guarantees.
No, not at
there are
all.
no guarantees in the side.
And that is the mark. That is the mark of a very good team. And
If you, I think even 20-year-olds.
yeah,
He invites them.
18-year-olds. They are all in there.
17-year-olds.
Yes.
One of the best defenders in the
Yes.
team, Mbeleki.
Yeah, who got
He's 19
injured?
years.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's playing. Mwau Kota is 20 years.
exactly. All these guys are
Ken
playing.
is also around 20, 21 years.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He just doesn't care
Exactly.
who you are. If you are good and will help his cause as coach of the Bafana
Exactly.
Bafana,
We
that's
move
be
on.
invited.
Again, a player like Apollos Oswin. At the start of the qualifiers, he wasn't part of the team.
Part of the team, but he
But
later
he's
became a part.
he's
yeah?
picked up form.
Yes, along the line, Jaden Adams came in, scored 2 goals,
Yeah.
and he's off the team again.
Yeah.
If he picks up, he will come back.
Exactly.
That's
So
Hugo Bruce.
it's quite interesting, and I like the chase, and I think it's going to be exciting looking at how things will pan out. Let's not forget that going into the AFCON, there are some nations who have qualified. They are going to be stubborn. DR Congo, Burkina Faso. It was quite unfortunate they missed out. Gabon. Some of these top teams should be looking out for some of these nations because they will come and cause lots of trouble at the AFCON.
Yeah.
And I am very happy to see that. But Nathan, yesterday some people were not happy with the rule, including yourself and Emmanuel Ayamga.
Yeah, the point I was making was this. You see, that is CAF's rule. I understand. I was just thinking of, are there alternatives? Are there different things that can be done? Because somebody works really hard, picks up points, and then ultimately in the end, you take those 6 points away. Look, the rules are the rules. I respect the rules. I go with it. I was just trying to figure out, was there something else that could have been done? Because some people have worked hard to get the 6 points, and because the groups are uneven, you take 6 points away. I just figured, I thought it was a little unfair, but I understand that's the rule, so we go with it.
Yeah. So yesterday I was quite. I mean, maybe I'm sure when Eritrea there were 6 matches more to play, or 7.
Yeah.
And that was in March. CAF sat down with FIFA, and they came to arrive at this this solution.
Of course.
So it meant that all the nations were in agreement. They understood
they
the
knew.
assignment.
They
That
knew
this
it.
is it.
Yeah.
They knew.
It's the reason why they are not complaining too much, because if it had been sudden, that is where the complaint would have.
Of course.
I'm sure they went into a meeting, and after the communication, everyone was like, "Oh, this makes sense."
There were 2 options.
Yes.
Whether in the Morocco group, where
You
Eritrea
give all the
will-
points to them.
They will give all the points to the teams in the group.
Yes, 6 points,
Or
6 goals.
they will then remove all the points
Yeah.
the second place teams got against the last teams.
Okay.
So they arrived at the second option.
This other
Exactly.
option. Okay,
Yes.
now we take the
Because I'm
points.
sure others protested that someone hasn't played a match. You want to
And
give the
how
person
do you
6
afford
points.
the
Of course,
points to
you
them?
can
Yeah.
imagine
Exactly.
the same
The
thing
back
happened,
and forth.
The same thing happened in the Ghana Premier League when Instratraman pulled out.
Yes.
There was that same conversation. What do we do? Do we
Yes.
give points to those who haven't played, or we dock points from those
happened?
who are? It was Santi Kotoko didn't benefit because
Exactly.
they lost the game.
Yes.
And that was the end for
Exactly.
them. Others got 3 points free.
You get it, and it was a bit problematic there. So I'm sure with all these back and forth, they all agreed, and then they arrived at that particular solution, which I think is fair. And because it did not affect those who placed first, though.
Yeah.
This was in determining the second place teams.
Well, that's
You get it? In determining those who place second. So on even grounds, why don't we get to that point? And I think that it was quite fair, because if they had played, Eritrea would still have been last.
Yeah.
So-
That's
Exactly.
the reality.
So imagine you gave that team 6.6 goals, and then he gets past a team that played like Nigeria and drew, and you think they would be happy?
Yeah, that's why they decided to
So
go
they
for
just
that
decided to, let's just use the other option, and then they voted for it.
Nigeria were just lucky for their champagne
Yes.
performance. Because
Yeah,
they got
2 draws. 2 draws
they
against
drew
Zimbabwe.
twice with Zimbabwe. So they had 2. So just 2 points were deducted from them.
But others had 6. Burkina Faso had 6 points, and how many goals? 9 goals,
9
right?
goals.
6 points taken away from
And
them.
then 9 goals
They
because they
missed
beat.
out on the playoff by 1 goal.
Exactly.
Yes.
It was quite tough. So it's just quite interesting. If you have agreed to play with the rules, you don't come and complain after. Like it happened at the Galka Top 4. House of Folk agreed to the rules, but when they finished, they were now coming to make adjustments. When we finished, and then we won 2 games, and then someone used 2 penalties to get to the top. No, whether you like it or not, they still managed to get the points. The rules of the game. Once you accept it,
fair. My point, the reason why I had an issue, I was asking myself questions that, okay, was there any other thing CAF could have done?
Yeah.
Initially, so as the game was going, I kept turning things over in my mind. I said, okay, so if I'm CAF, what do I do? Do I leave the groups untouched like this, or we give points?
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, or it should affect only Morocco's group.
You see, it was a very dicey situation, and if you just let it affect Morocco's group, the team that plays second, and you decide, let me just pass that team into automatic qualification as part of the 4. Do you think the rest will agree?
No, clearly not.
So that was hot transfer, and I think that it was quite good. We'll be looking forward to the games that we play. So now we have.
So Kelvin, let me ask you. So the people who are saying that this rule should be tested, or let's send this matter to CAS for an arbitration. Do you think now that the qualifiers have settled, is this still a viable option? Or because the associations understand the rule?
They understood it. Yeah. I'm not sure CAF would and FIFA would autocratically say, I am doing this. They had to actually go into meetings and settle. The reason why that communique is there. And yesterday when people were fighting over, I just put...
Of course, I saw it.
And people even didn't know the dynamics.
Yeah.
Dynamics of determining the second place. So many were like, 19 points, Madagascar. You don't want them to qualify. Nigeria with just 17.
You know why this has been settled simply? Yeah. It is because Nigeria won 4-0.
Yes.
If Nigeria had won 2-1 against Benin, do you know Nigeria Benin had everything
even.
Yes.
Equal.
So we were going to use
the cards, discipline.
The yellow card.
I remember that would have been on the day, yesterday morning.
Yes.
Some people were mentioning that it could come down to disciplinary record.
Yes, we mentioned it here that if it had ended 2-1. That would have been the issue. And let's not forget, I think was it the World Cup
2018,
or something?
Yes.
Senegal, they missed out on disciplinary record.
They missed out to Japan.
Yes, to Japan.
Qualified.
Yeah, that's true.
They had more yellow cards, and that was there.
So someone will say,
even AFCON 2017.
Yes.
AFCON 2017. Guinea's progression to the next stage. Remember, we beat Guinea.
Guinea.
Do you know how they did it? Coin toss.
Yes. Yeah, because when everything is equal,
points were even, goal difference even, everything was even, disciplinary count even. It came down to a coin toss or a drawing of lots.
Yes.
And Guinea got it.
So it happens. There are weird ways. So imagine if it had gotten to that point and then we cast loss, people will still have issues with it.
Yes.
Why is it that you've cast loss for me to lose my position? So it's quite interesting, a game of football. And now getting to the playoffs is going to be quite intense. Gabon, Nigeria. I am looking forward to that game. And then you have another DR Congo against Cameroon. These are going to be very tough games.
It's a wild game.
And I'm happy that it is being played on neutral grounds.
Yeah.
No home support, no away support.
Almost like a mini AFCON.
Yeah.
Mini AFCON.
Yes, mini AFCON. So in November, as we are playing our friendly matches against Japan, and some people will be sweating all the way.
But talking about that, you see, we're talking about the AFCON. I say this, guys. I think as a country, maybe this will take us into the Black Stars conversation because we have to play the Otto story.
Exactly.
Yeah, Fosula Abis put together this Otto story. Yesterday, even as the games were, or after the qualifiers on Sunday, on my way home, I had a sense of regret that not making the AFCON was a huge problem.
Yeah.
I think we missed a golden opportunity to test this team in a proper tournament setting for Otto to have an almost purely scientific base to make a decision for the team going forward. I hope you guys get me. You see, you've qualified for a World Cup. The AFCON has no bearing in terms of whether you go to the World Cup or not. But what the AFCON would have given us as a country would have been a test.
Yeah, like we had in 2006.
Very good.
When we went to Egypt and went out of the group.
Yeah, first round.
Yes.
Even though you can say there were mitigating factors, at least it woke us all up to see what was
What was coming.
what was coming.
Yeah.
But we don't have this. All we will get are friendly matches. And I say that no matter the amount of friendly games you play,
It will never get to the level of playing in the AFCON.
Never, ever be.
Well, the AFCON will give you every chance to test your team. You will meet teams that will give you that kind of test you want to use to assess your players.
You know, you are in a group with Morocco. You play Nigeria.
Yes. And I think missing out in the AFCON is definitely going to affect our team and our preparations towards the World Cup.
Raymond, Immortal is asking if the AFCON 2021 impacted how we did in Qatar 2022. Immortal, look, interesting question. But the two tournaments ended the same way.
Yeah.
First round exit.
The voice of sport.
But the point is that the two competitions were not handled by the same coach.
And they were quite apart.
It was quite apart. This one is 6 months. No, but do you understand the argument we are making? Yes, if you go to an AFCON, then you can see where your team actually is. But it's not, football doesn't work like that. Well, look, it is true. I'm not saying that once you go to the AFCON, then you know. But you see, at least, for example, you go to an AFCON, right?
Yeah.
You can see whether you see how Benjamin Asare will react in a tournament setting.
So, yeah.
Yes.
How does he react against a team that's got crazy forwards who are destroying the defense and are peppering him with shots? How will Kelebi Renchi handle tournament pressure?
Yeah.
You see, we say we've not given Joseph Pencil a chance. So how would he now react when we start him, say, in 2 or 3 games? Or Kamal Dean, has he matured now?
You know, Nathan, between AFCON 2021 and the World Cup in Qatar, it was almost 2 years.
Yeah,
We
almost
played
2
AFCON in
years.
January.
No,
We played AFCON in that.
no, we played.
2021 AFCON.
It was 1 year.
No,
We played AFCON 2021 in January 2022, and we played the World Cup in December.
Okay, yes.
Almost 1 year.
Yes.
Almost one
Almost a year. And that's a long time.
Yeah.
And we are saying that play in December.
And then
The next
June-
6 months, you are playing the World Cup. At least that competition you get 6 months prior to the World Cup can prepare your team well.
It will shape your team.
Yeah. Now we are going to play friendly matches.
Yeah.
Friendly games. And we all know friendly games are not played in very competitive spirit.
SportyFM.
You know, you're going to play Japan, you're going to play South Korea.
That's
you
even
should-
2 in
you should
November.
really be testing
the next
your
time
strength.
we get friendlies will be in 2026.
And you know what the AFCON gives you is that you are playing against your peers. You are playing Cameroon, you are playing Nigeria, you are playing Morocco, you are playing Egypt. That's if you meet. It gives you the opportunity to look at your team and see how well they can do against stronger opposition. Because qualifiers, you just play Chad, Madagascar, Comoros, and the likes. They haven't really given you that test. How can you launch your set pieces against a team like Morocco and be successful? You know, that side of your game. How can your defense hold up against a team with an attack with Mohamed Salah in there? You know, all of those things. It gives you another dimension. You have a team, you are playing against Nigeria. There's Osimhen in there. The last time we played Nigeria, there was no Osimhen. Even that they beat us.
Yeah.
You know, how would your team
How do you
fare?
handle
You know, how do you handle
Senegal?
pressure?
How do you handle the new
Your
look
goalkeeper,
Cote d'Ivoire?
your goalkeeper, if he comes up against very tough opposition like Senegal, like, you know, how is he going to hold his own?
His temperament?
It's a
Will he
huge
still
opportunity.
stay cool
Huge opportunity
in a tournament?
You know, 1 year, 6 months.
Missed.
I mean,
Really
but, well, I mean, we wish Otto all the best since he's the man who's going to be in charge.
Yeah.
We wish him all the best, and we hope that you'll be bringing the players we want. Come and beef up his squad.
Yeah, that one day. That one day will happen. We'll bring the best available materials at that point.
Once they are all Ghanaians.
Yes. I saw people complaining about we trying to get Hudson Odoi and the likes, and I'm like, when we started the qualifiers, certain players were not in, but they just joined the team, right? Not
Prime
just
example.
him. Kwajo Opon Pepra.
Yes.
Caleb after the Unity Cup.
Atakon.
Atacon, no, that one they haven't even played yet. Yes, he was invited. You see, going forward, we've seen changes and changes. You ask yourself,
Even Benjamin Asare, he didn't find the qualifier.
Yes. What happened that Razak Simpson got off the team? What happened that Razak Simpson is off the team? Now others are playing.
That's true.
It's happened time again over the years. 2006, when we were qualifying for the World Cup, the likes of Dankwe, the likes of William Thiero, the likes of Abubakar Yahuza, George Owu.
William Thiero started out
Yes, South Africa. When we beat them 3-0 at the Baba Yara Stadium. The likes of Tanko and all the likes played the part. Daniel Argentina. But when we got to the World Cup, did anyone remember those players were available? No. In 2010, it happened. Certain players were dropped, others went for it. 2014, same thing. 2022, same thing.
And Nathan, and that is the justification we give for paying players winning bonus.
Exactly.
Because you can be part of the team today, you win. Next few matches, you are not part of the team.
Yes.
So we are rewarding you for helping us win there and then.
That's it.
That's the justification
For the winning bonus.
bonus. Otherwise, okay, let's all qualify and then we receive qualification bonus.
No. At that time,
You know, in this World Cup qualifiers, we used 51 players.
you know,
We used 51 players.
Yeah.
So if we should understand the logic. Okay, the players who play the World Cup qualifiers should go to the World Cup. Then how are we going to select 26 players out of the 51? How are we going to do that?
yes, there's surely going to be some will be dropped.
It's illogical.
Yeah.
So these things we shouldn't be even and we have even 7 to 8 months before the tournament.
Exactly.
Anything can happen.
Yes.
There are injuries, there are dip in form,
Yes.
there are a lot of
Suspensions and all that.
suspensions, a whole lot of
lose form.
things.
players will get new teams and we
Yes.
Exactly.
Like
So-
who get anything? Who get
He's driving at a point.
I'm asking. Hey, yo, Prophet Ajeswa has warned you.
General captain.
Ajeswa says, "Don't touch the team." Why are you not listening to the man
General
of God?
captain will be back.
Why are you not listening to the man of God? So I talk about general captain. The other day, somebody texted me. And Ghana people and that strange request. The person said, "Charlie, can't we take Asamajan to the World Cup and give him like 1 minute or 2 minutes and properly retire?" And I go like, so I asked, at whose expense? So we are taking Jan at whose expense? Who? So who should we drop so that we take Jan to go and do record? Was it not the same record we went chasing at the AFCON and what happened? Eh?
We have to chase another. We are chasing another record.
What's record again? You want to bring problems, you.
But from what I know, from what I know, and per my sources,
They want to do something.
the general captain can only come to the team again if Otto is not the coach.
Really?
Yes.
That's what you've heard.
Yes, we've been
That's what I
hearing
know.
picking the same sources.
That the general captain
Can only come back to the team
if Otuado is not there.
Yes.
Okay, so meaning that if the powers that be want the general captain to come back, they'll have to make a decision on Otto.
Yes.
No, but
That's how it is.
no, but the day
Has somebody mentioned the day's name here?
We are talking about general
We are
captain.
talking about general captain. What are you talking about? What is the meaning of this? You want to give us problems today? You. 8:47. This is still the sporty breakfast. Hey, Raymond Hamad, or you?
no general captain. General captain.
General captain.
We've had only one general captain.
In our history.
Yes.
But that's Jan, right?
Yeah, Jan.
Yeah, Jan is the only player I know
And
who
Dede
was
was
given
the main
that
captain.
designation. This was ahead of the Egypt AFCON.
Yeah. So is it Jan we are talking about?
Probably.
Okay.
Since somebody texted me and people are now arguing that because we didn't retire Jan honorably, quote unquote, we should take him to the
SportyFM.
World Cup so that we give him like 2 minutes.
No, but this
come and jump around.
this retirement thing, like I said, it should be a conversation we should have
About
how
how
we
we-
retire Black
how-
Stars players.
Is there?
Because as we speak, Stephen Appiah, I don't know how he left the team.
He played
No,
it.
no,
He played
how
it.
he left the team. John Mensah, how he left the team.
Oh, but you are phased out,
Anthony Annan,
Pablo.
a lot of players, even incoming general captain.
What do you mean?
How we just sidelined him. No, you see, it's almost like
Is he active?
no, it's almost like
Is he
it's
active?
it's almost like
Is he active?
It's almost like
No, number one, is he
oh,
active?
the boys play.
Number one, is
They
he
go-
active?
They go to tournament.
Number one, is he active?
Even Jan.
No,
Even
no,
Jan.
the
How we
question
just
we're asking
move Jan
is-
on.
Number one, is he active?
Ray, the criteria
Is he
for taking
active?
anybody to the World
The
Cup.
first thing is you must be active.
Yeah.
And that's why I say incoming general.
But the general
No,
Cup.
no, but Nathan, on a more serious note, we don't.
Let's finish and then we play the Otto
we don't
feature.
face out our players well.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's been part of the team, he's part of the furniture, and then he plays one bad game. Oh, when he's old. He should stop playing. We don't want him again.
Yeah.
We do that a lot. Oh, he's not playing. He's not getting game time at his club. Let's drop him.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the player. We do that a lot. But I think we have to find a way of honorably moving our players on.
And I also think some of the players must also be smart. Enough.
Thank
To
you.
know
The moment you know that the public is against you, you can come out and retire from the
Nathan.
national
Yes.
team. It's yeah, to save
To save your
everything.
image.
Yeah.
Because you don't wait till people come up against you, then it becomes a problem for coaches to even decide whether to invite you or not. You know, Ghana, we give a lot of pressure to these coaches and they take the pressure into most of their decisions.
That's true.
You see the point. So if you were a player and you see that where you've reached, your strength is not enough to help the national team again, come out and tell us, oh, I'm no longer interested in play. If we see you are doing so well and you can help the national, we will come and beg you. You come back. It has happened mostly.
Yeah.
The Quebec player who scored their final goal in the World Cup qualifier, he had retired internationally, but because they had injuries in their team, they had to go and beg him to come back. He came back and scored the final goal in their last match. So if you think at some point the public is against your inclusion in the team, you can go back.
True.
You just perform well at your club level. These same people will fight for your inclusion, and we will come and beg you.
Yeah, so
Calvin, you wanted to
we have
make
to
a
go
point.
back general.
And I think yeah, Nathan, you leave when the applause is high. And you know that you've gotten to the end of your career where you've played all the games. You don't have to come and disgrace yourself. Like what happened in 2017 and 2019 AFCON. There was no need.
Which people?
There was no need. The then general captain.
Yeah.
It was a mess. And that created lot of divisions in the team till now. Some players who didn't get a chance in the Black Stars again because of those divisions.
Especially 2019.
Yes.
Yeah,
2017, he still had some tank, some juice left in the tank.
Exactly.
I was at that tournament, so I saw.
Yes.
2019 was a different
I think it was
story.
Egypt.
You
right?
get it. Yeah.
2019 was the
2019
Egypt
was-
one.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
Kwesi
That one, it was done.
Charlie
It was terrible.
The
It was, yes.
competition was really off.
So
everything
so
was
you
really
see,
bad.
look at Tony Cruz. He could have still played though. He's told them, no, I am done. I won't play again. Luka Modric is only playing because they've begged him. They need him until they get other players in the team. Now he even sits on the bench, comes to play, make cameos, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Then he plays, then he goes back to sit. So our players should just understand that when they pay their dues and at certain point in time, they must just say honorably,
National
let me
pride.
leave.
National pride. No, this is
Sami Kofo
but
needed
they
just
like-
one thing, which was the World Cup, to play at the World Cup.
he
When it happened and then the World Cup was over, he quietly came and said, I won't play again, even though he was still playing games.
Oh, that time when you went to his performance in that game against
No,
Egypt,
exactly, yes.
Yeah.
When he realized,
retired him from the start.
no, and even
that in itself some of us didn't like the
No,
way-
but when he came, he said he was not going to play again.
Yes.
That's it.
No,
That is what the other players need to do.
There was a lot of
Listen,
backlash.
listen,
Yeah.
when we
He
were,
received a lot of backlash, and you know that was the decision he was going to take.
Yeah.
Look, today, Pepe at his age, almost 40, right?
Yeah.
If Pepe were a Black Stars player, we would have retired him long time.
Long time ago.
but
No,
but
we do
but
that a
the difference between Pepe playing actively. Look at you see. When you are playing actively, I'm not sure anybody will come and tell you. Imagine if we had someone like how do we call it, Ronaldo or Pepe. You think we would tell him to sit?
But we have Ronaldo.
John Mensah was consistently having injuries and all that, but we were glad to have him in our team.
Yeah.
Why? Because of his experience and his quality. He comes, he won't train, but you know that on match day, like Ledley Ken, he will give you the results.
Yeah.
But do we have such players? No. We don't have them again. Jonathan Mensah realizing, Masa, my bread, I'll sit, me mobile, don't call me again. He's left. Baba Rahman knowing that things are difficult for him. People don't like him and all that.
Even Baba Rahman.
He has decided to stay away.
We pushed Baba Rahman out of the
Exactly.
team.
So we've pushed him away. It tells those who want to play till thy kingdom come that you can
But
also
even
leave.
Baba hadn't reached that stage. We pushed him out because of our commentary.
Exactly.
And we've used commentary to retire a lot of players.
Players in this country.
You know,
So many.
You know, it happens across the
Even
globe.
incoming general.
It happens
We've
across.
almost retired.
Do you know the stake Randa Colomwani faces in France?
He gets bashed a lot.
But he's playing. Look at the lot of nonsense they told Mbappe when he started misbehaving and at the Euros and Nations League. But what did he do? He came back to perform well. Antoine Griezmann, look at him. He has told France that I beg you, I am tired. I won't play again.
Yeah.
You think Griezmann cannot play in this French national team? But that they are lacking a
His
proper connector.
Yeah, his exit is very political. But of course, he did say that he was not going to play.
Yes.
He walked away.
He walked away.
So-
They would have still called him, but he knows that no, I don't want to play again.
His reason is very political.
Help me here.
This is Sporty FM.
Incoming general cup.
Voice of
And who is
Sporty.
every day you are mentioning this time?
How many World? He's played 4 World Cups or 3?
Split
10,
4.
14,
Four.
He's played 3.
4.
three already.
He's played 3 already.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, 10, 14,
so history
22.
beckons.
10, 14,
History
20.
beckons. He become one of the few players to feature at 4 World Cups.
So is that what
So
you want
so
to do?
so
That's
for,
what we
for,
want.
for that reason he should be included.
at somebody's expense?
But not all 26 will play. Preserve one spot. I like the way the Nigerians do it for Baba Musa.
Ahmed Musa.
Yes.
But it was-
Baba Musa will be on the bench.
But it was
Senior captain.
wasn't Baba more active?
You see,
Oh,
Baba was playing for
was
Kano
Pillars.
Kano Pillars.
But where is
he had a club.
Where
He
is
was
senior playing? Where is senior playing now?
Oh, senior.
And you know, Baba is one of. Let's not forget, Baba is one of the coolest persons they had. Someone who could just keep everyone together. There were no
Yeah.
divisions.
You see, the reason
But
why-
you and I know that now. Senior and someone in the middle of the pitch, they are not friends. Senior and someone in an advanced position on the pitch, they are not friends.
But I still senior was captain too.
and there are certain players.
Yes.
Once you invite them, whether they are on form or not, you must play them.
Yes.
Yes.
And nobody
put
wants
them in.
Ahmed Musa accepted that he's not on form.
Yeah.
So
you
general
will
will
not
accept.
He
General
won't accept anything.
Senior. Are you sure senior will understand?
See, that game at the AFCON, the last game.
Yes.
You think sincerely? We needed that.
History.
What is it?
As for history, there we made some bad history.
9 AFCON.
History, we made some pa.
No, but Nathan.
We made some
If the
pa.
player accepts. But wait, the current Black Star setup. It's the senior who is managing the team.
How is senior managing the team?
Senior's brother is senior.
Senior's brother is
what?
senior. How is senior's brother senior? How is senior's brother?
Senior's brother is senior.
No, so if you have a problem, with senior, then you have a problem with his brother.
No.
One way or the
No.
other.
If that's the case,
No.
if that's the
Because
case,
those two boys.
No.
yes,
No.
See, when you look at
No.
when you look at everything,
Then you don't know.
But
the current
but
environment
but the
looks
young
fine.
man, the young man has managed the camp very well on the
junior?
advice
of senior.
of two seniors.
So you're saying that junior has manage things.
Why don't
well.
you say 4 seniors rather?
Why don't you
What's
say
the
four
first one?
seniors? But there's
There's A. There's A. There's A. K. There's R.
There's A.
There's A. There's A. There's K. There's R. There's A.
There's A.
So 4.
And that's why, because you see, expert advice is coming. That's why the camp is cool. That's why the camp is cool.
But I think for you to have a very good national team, some of these peaceful elements are key.
Oh, it's important.
Key, very key.
Yeah.
You know, it's the reason why the French national team decided to dissolve their team when they messed up 2010. That mess they created.
Yeah.
I've never seen a national team implode the way they did. France in 2010 was drama. Oh.
Yes.
Players said they wouldn't train. Patrice Evra was fighting with Dominic. It was an absolutely disastrous environment.
It was a mess.
Yeah, you don't want that. Like a national team where players are on one side and the coach is on another.
We all thought Belgium's issue was tactical and technical. We didn't know it was because of issues, divisions, chemistry.
It was bad.
It was bad. Steven Gerrard recently said it that all the his time, the egos were too much.
Oh yeah,
it's the reason why they did not succeed. But look at the Gareth Southgate team.
Yeah.
Consistently getting to semi-final.
You know,
final.
it's the thing.
Team that won the AFCON.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Look at the generation of players they have.
They had better. Look, they had better. Better collections didn't win the AFCON.
Aruna Dindani and the likes.
The crop that won the AFCON had Yaya Toure. He was the best player. Agreed. But look at the crop that won the AFCON.
No, even the one that won
2020.
That one the last AFCON.
Yeah.
Look at the players.
In there.
But you see, the thing,
the young boy.
Adingra
and the likes.
Ale, Kessié,
Masgadol and the likes, they were past their prime and all
But you
that.
see, once you had somebody, this time MS5, right?
Yeah.
Being the unifying factor, somebody who could bring them together, and somebody who could remind them that, listen, we are not here to fight. We are here to win a tournament. Let's do it together. You need that, right? And I think the Black Stars need it very much now. An environment that is very peaceful, calm. Players are happy to play.
Yeah.
Look, players, all 26 players may not be best friends.
Right.
Right? It's just a working environment. You won't be buddies with everybody.
Sure.
But once there's a level of cordiality that exists around, it can work. So I hope that at this point, going forward, the team has that air blowing around it. Right?
And I think it would get better when Partey and Jordan leave the squad.
Okay.
No, when their time is done.
It depends.
And they move on.
It depends.
So you now have the Kudus and his people.
It depends.
You know that
Again, it
that
still
age,
depends.
you know, that-
They'll have to resolve to work together.
Yeah, but
because you can have
I think
Kudus-
at that level, most of them seem to be on the same, wavelength. All of them seem to be.
Yeah, hopefully.
Otto is in charge. Otto is in charge.
Otto is
Otto is in charge.
Otto is in
And he
charge,
will
so-
deliver.
So Otto is working.
He will deliver. He's working.
My general is coming.
He's coming.
We've told you that.
And I'm glad that
We've explained to you the conditions for seniors return if there's one.
And Nathan, it is
One again.
And Nathan, it is very important that they have some of the senior players from those times in there. If you have Otto, who was key, you have John Pinso, who was key, Steven Appiah is in there, you have Fatah. All these guys are still around the team and they know what did not work previously for the team.
Jan 2 is around.
Jan 2 is around. So at least you get to know that the elements from the past, they are actually letting these players know that this and this and this is what affected
I
us.
hope they tell them they shouldn't go and fight for money.
No, they won't.
That one, it may happen. That one, the money issues there.
Money issues there.
That one, nobody can trust anybody. Nobody can control.
No, you can't trust anybody.
But that is why when Gary interviewed John Mahama, I'm happy John Mahama mentioned that they had learned their lesson.
Yeah.
I hope they put things in order before the next World Cup. You don't want money episode part 2. You don't want money heist season 5. No way. We will not accept it. So I hope they sort everything out before they go.
But one issue we have to be discussing before the World Cup would be that 100,000 appearance fee.
We'll
We
discuss
have to
that.
discuss it and settle on how much we have to give the boys.
No problem. You will settle
Because
it.
that is where the problem will start.
No problem.
Did you listen to Olise?
Yeah.
Sunday.
He said they were promised 50-50.
And then nobody got paid.
Till date, they've not seen the 50%
Yeah.
appearance fee. So all of these things, you must settle it.
We'll do that.
I think,
But I
Ghana,
don't think as a nation,
Ghana, in terms of monetary issues, Ghana has been better than most of these African countries.
That's true.
Some of
Better
this,
than Nigeria,
because
better than Cameroon.
just this qualifies. Equatorial Guinea didn't travel to Malawi because of bonus issues. They just decided not to travel to Malawi to play the World Cup qualifier.
So that conversation we'll have it.
We'll have it
as a nation.
Yeah, we have to.
Are we going to pay $100,000 appearance fee
Or not.
or not?
Okay.
That's a discussion we have to cook ahead of the World Cup.
No, but we'll do
We
that.
have to-
There's
we have to
time.
settle it.
There's time. We'll dedicate time. We'll talk about all issues, right?
50-50.
I think, we'll talk. So when the squad, so you see, the draw will be done in December. After the draw, we'll know Ghana's group. Then we can have those discussions.
Yes.
When the squad comes, we'll talk about the squad, money, tactics, Otto, if he's still there or not. Whether senior is coming back or not, we'll discuss all of
Now,
this.
whether Joachim Low is coming back, coming to take the team or not.
I told you that's a money issue. You haven't explained to us how we'll pay.
SportyFM.
By this morning,
explained
I think we are sharing pounds on the show.
Yeah. Today we are sharing pounds. Giveaway.
No problem. Let's play the Otto feature. Yeah, Fosula Abis put together this wonderful story of Otto, charting the highs and lows. Otto missed out on the AFCON, but he managed to get the team to qualify for the 2026 World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. So here is a wonderful story, Otto's undulating path to the World Cup, put together by our Fosula Abis, the latest from the Sporty Stories kitchen, served hot on a Wednesday morning on the Sporty breakfast. Enjoy.
Ghana has qualified for the World Cup in North America. The first time the World Cup is heading back there since 1994. This time, the USA have help from their northern and southern neighbors, Canada and Mexico.
So we have a winner for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The member associations of Canada, Mexico and USA have been selected by the FIFA Congress to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Thank you.
On Sunday, the joy at the Accra Sports Stadium was palpable. A fifth World Cup qualification in 20 years. That's something.
Just fall for Jane in play at the back post, and Partey's ball in has been turned into the net by Mohamed Kudus. Ghana get the breakthrough within 2 minutes of the second half beginning. Qualifying campaign, just the point required tonight to be sure.
Bar the 2018 World Cup in Russia, the Black Stars have been at every one of them since 2006. The biggest winner in all of this, though, is Ghana coach.
SportyFM.
Hello, my name is Otto, coach of the Black Stars of Ghana.
The Ghana coach has been under immense pressure after the Black Stars failed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations to be staged in Morocco later this year. In a group that had Angola, Niger and Sudan, the Black Stars failed to qualify, finishing bottom of the group with 3 points. There were no wins, and the losses came in droves. The most humiliating of them all coming at home in Accra against Niger in the final game. In the latter part of that game, when Ghana scored a goal, he embarrassingly ran onto the pitch to celebrate with the team. Nothing pointed to a beleaguered man than that. Before the game, he called it hate, then went on and on about how he had worked with former Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp and Edin Terzic, so no one could criticize him.
Surely there was a lot of hatred coming from outside against me, against maybe the team, and yeah, I can just assure you that I think in all, sometimes it affects the players, and we need support. That's all. If all of you want Ghana to win, we are very down now. If you don't want us to go to World Cup, then you can continue and then you can hammer on us, okay? But if you really want us to go to World Cup, we need support. That's all I can say. I have friends, I have mentors, I don't know if you know, but I trained under Matthias Sammer. I was trained under Klopp. I was assistant to Edin Terzic, who was the Dortmund head coach. And surely we exchange. And for me, this is relevant. You know, if they say this or that, and they're also critical with some things, and I understand this, but this has much more value if I speak to Jurgen Klopp and he stays with this or that, or if I send him maybe some scenes, then somebody from anywhere saying, oh, blah, 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 this is bad. You know, so I try to get better every day.
That game was the breaking point for many Ghanaians. He was dealt with in the media. There were insults, criticism, and if there was a culture of burning effigies in this country, it would have been done. Otto was in trouble. When he entered the press room, he looked like a man who had just survived a train wreck. He was sweating profusely and occasionally used his left hand as a handkerchief.
Really, I would like to apologize for the results. Very much, very much. If I have a wish, one wish, I know for a lot of people, even the World Cup is bigger than the AFCON. For me, personally, the AFCON is bigger. For me, personally, it's just a personal thing. I know for a lot of people, it's more important to go to the World Cup, and I did it once. And I'm just saying, after I did it for the World Cup, before even I came, a lot of people were against me. I can show you hundreds of things, my friends, but nobody apologized afterwards. Not some few, not a lot. This is the first one. But I'm ready to apologize very, very much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that we didn't do well and we didn't qualify. I'm very sorry.
The loss led to a famous spat between him and Asempa FM journalist Kobe Stone, with a bigger discourse being that he was much more of a scout than a coach.
12 years of coaching and 6 months of scouting. Now I'll ask you, what am I? And during the scouting also I was coaching. I never stopped. What am I?
Well, then I think you scouting is better than you coaching.
Okay, so
you are good at scouting than coaching.
Okay.
Because in coaching you are not good at all.
Okay.
All of that was 10 months ago. After the game against Comoros in Accra on Sunday, amidst the cheers and adulation he received, Otto was a bit emotional. The questions probably running through his mind were, weren't these the same people who wanted me asked just under a year ago? Are these cheers genuine? He thought a lot to himself. Back in the press room, journalists waited, wanting to ask questions about his success. Otto's first words were,
I want to speak about something else before. So for me, I don't take it for granted that I'm still here, that I got the chance to prove somebody wrong.
That was a jibe at the journalist who called him a failure months before. They shared a handshake and embraced each other after that. That was a wholesome moment. Otto took out a long list and went on to thank a number of people who he said had been there for him in his down days. The names were many, and he instinctively went through all of them.
Big thank you to Francis Bogri, to Joe Laumann. They had a very, very big impact also in my life, but also for Ghana, and I really, really want to thank them for that. I won't say why, especially for supporting and preaching. It's Henry Tachi Mensen, former ambassador of Belgium, really, really big support from him. Chris Na, he worked at the embassy in Berlin. Nana Essie, the former ambassador of Berlin, really, really supportive. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Samuel Ukuchetu Ablagwa, for supporting us with a lot of things. Then all the prayers from Reverend Owusu, from the Plessy Church of Worcester in America. You were there when my stepfather died, and you arranged everything for us. Really, really thank you. I don't take it for granted in really, really difficult times. Then we have several reverends like Reverend Robert Bekun, then Fred Papu, former also from GFA, visiting me, especially when I was sick, when I was injured with my ligaments as a player. I will never take it for granted, and also standing up for me. Guys like Sunny Dara, Sheikh Sienu from GFA Henry, a big thank you. I don't take it for granted when, especially a lot of people turned their back to me, you were there for me. The whole technical staff who went through difficult times with me and always helped and protected me, working day and night, sometimes without payment for months, 5-6 months. I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted what you did day and night, working, preparing everything, really, really good, unbelievable. Then thank also special media. I don't want to mention all your names, to take your time with me to discuss about things after the AFCON on one-on-one, really, really good. And this also helped me to get another perspective. And also I think you got another perspective. Really, really thank you for that.
That was something. Was that Addo's cryptic way of saying goodbye? Was he tired of everything and just wanted to leave? What was running through his mind in those moments? Otto was born in Germany, specifically in Hamburg, with his twin sister. He took up football while his sister battled it in the hospital wards to save lives. Otto started his football career in Hamburg before moving on to Hanover. He was then transferred to Dortmund's B team, and that was when he began to make a name for himself. After the B team, he moved on to the senior team. His transfer was, however, hampered with injuries. From 1999, he ruptured his ACL 3 times. It was baffling to many. He still managed to play a significant part in Dortmund's charge to the Bundesliga title of 2002. He played in the UEFA Cup final, now the Europa League of that same year, when Dortmund lost 3-2 to Dutch side Feyenoord. Otto had a largely successful career out there, and he did it while battling niggling injuries. In all of the challenges, he wore the black and yellow with pride. His national team career, though, is baffling. How does someone who made his debut for the Black Stars in 1999 and finished in 2006 at the World Cup in Germany have just 15 caps to his name? He played for Ghana at the AFCON in 2000 and at the World Cup in 2006. In between, there aren't many memories. The most significant one, though, was probably when he tore his right knee ligament in the 2004 AFCON qualifiers. Part of Otto's criticism also came from when he cheaply handed the captain's armband of the Black Stars to Mohamed Kudus.
Kudus will lead the team. I think I said it before, I don't know, I'm not quite sure if that he will be the second captain, and so for this reason he will have the captaincy. And for us, and I don't know if I said it before, but it's about leadership and responsibility. It's not about having the captain it's about all the players. And sometimes, and this will take time, I know for sure, but me having the comparison, let's say Europe or Germany and Ghana especially, I think there are a lot of things we can change. And I know traditionally this is good off the pitch. We have like a lot of respect, especially for elder players, but on the field, everybody's equal. And we have to get to, I think this should be the evolution, that we get to a point where, I don't know, Ibrahim Osman, 18, can tell Iñaki Williams to do more, to push him in a positive way.
Given the Black Stars' long-standing issues with captaincy in the past, that was seen as a poor move. In the early 90s, there was the ever-ubiquitous Abedi Pele and Tony Yeboah brawl for the armband. It dealt Ghana major blows, culminating in our loss in the AFCON final to Ivory Coast in 1992.
Now Bafo, the captain, will come forward again. Yes, there he is, to take this next penalty for Ghana, and must score. Bafo's got to score this one. He's missed it! The Ivory Coast have won the cup. The scenes of celebration are fantastic, and why not? For the first time in their history, the Ivory Coast can call themselves the champions of all.
And even worse, not qualifying for the World Cup in 1994, even after what felt like a stellar qualification process. In 1994 through to 1998, the issues persisted until both players said goodbye to to the national team. Stephen Appiah's selection as captain in the early 2000s was met with a bit of hostility because many felt defender Sami Kufuor was better placed to handle the team as the leader.
At my time, 2001, I was given the captainship. I was appointed as the captain when we played against Slovenia in Ljubljana. So I came, we played the match, we lost, we came back home, we had a meeting at the Accra Sports Stadium, all the players, including the coach, the Serbian coach. And that's where he officially appointed me as the captain.
Otto was in that team and knew the issues. Then there are Samoa Gyan and Andre Ayew years of incessant frivolity over the armband. History says it was a poor decision. But however poor though, he should have stood by it. A few people believed that it chipped at his decision-making a bit. They believe that Kudus, however young he may be, is a huge figure in the team and would have been able to do the job. Sometimes, when you make a mistake, you need to correct it. And that is what Otto chose. He gave the armband to Jordan Ayew, and it was a choice we did not know we needed.
I'm someone I don't really think too much. I just deal with things that comes and find solutions. There's always a solution in anything apart from death. It's not been easy. It's been a really, really long journey for me in the national team. You know, a lot of ups and downs, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm living my dream. Like my mom said, you are living your dream, so live it to the fullest, and you know, that's what I'm trying to do each day.
Jordan's contribution to this cause has been colossal. He finished the qualifying phase with 14 goal involvements, 7 goals and 7 assists. Jordan is a different man. He is taciturn, a bit reserved, and not as charismatic as his brother. His style is just different. He chooses to lead from the front with his goals and assists. It paid off. Otto checked that box neatly.
It's always tough. You know, we have a lot of good players at the moment, especially up front. It's really, really difficult. And yeah, we have now, I don't know, 8 months to observe, to look, to make the right decisions. We have some friendly games where I hope that a lot of players can show themselves. But at the moment, really, we have good players around. Even good players haven't been calling even to the squad. Yeah, it will be interesting. And this is difficult. This is the difficult part for me, especially if they're good guys to say, no, you're not coming or not something. But I think this is the best situation for Ghana now. Everybody's hungry to go to the World Cup. Everybody's playing out their best. And I hope that the boys keep scoring, keep defending well, so that they make the decision for me difficult.
Otto is the first Ghana coach to qualify their country to 2 World Cups. The first one ended in Abuja with a tactical masterpiece. He led the team to deal with the pressure of the over 50,000 fans at the stadium and finished with a qualification ticket to Qatar.
Partey hits it well, it's gone in under the goalkeeper, and Thomas Partey gives Ghana the lead here. A stunned silence descends on the stadium in Abuja. It's a penalty. Trustekong from the spot, confidently dispatched. Wollacott went the other way, and Ghana have done it. Ghana have qualified for the World Cup. They have beaten their West African rivals.
It was a rallying call, and he delivered one of his long speeches in the dressing room after.
I will make a short thank you to God for helping us, for supporting us. Thank you, President, for giving me the trust and to let me work how I want. I don't take it for granted. I'm very, very grateful for you giving me the chance. And secondly, Tony Bafo, also for always believing in me, always pushing me, always supporting me. And all of you, but at the end, it's a player's game. It's a player's game, and at the end, it's you guys. You did it. But not only you, also we shouldn't forget the coaches who made the path to this stage. Milo, Charles Akuno, but also the players who couldn't come today. Starting with our captain Andre Ayew scoring a lot of goals, helping us to be where we were. This, for me, it was just 2 games. But the rest did also a lot of work ahead. And I want to thank the players who are not here, Baba Rahman, Kamaldeen, all the players who couldn't be here because of injuries. Also, I want to thank you. But at least, not all of these, the team here today, it did well. And I'm starting with those who are not even on the bench, but supporting us all the way.
That sounded similar to what you heard in Accra after the game against Comoros, right? Maybe that is his style. There are still calls for his head, even after qualification to the World Cup. There are fans who do not think he has the wherewithal to coach at the tournament and have Ghana do well. Others have referred to the previous World Cup as the metric to look at to know that he cannot do the job. The jury is out, but Otto will not care so much. He walks away a vindicated man who will live on to fight another day. Ayiko to the man. Otto's undulating path to the World Cup is a SportyFM production, written and produced by me, Yao Ofosulabi. Moses Yaboa was the mix engineer, and the executive producer is Gary Al Smith.
.23, a wonderful story put together by our Fusulabi. Nobody tells the stories better. The undulating path of Otto Addo. Otto's experienced all kinds of things as Black Stars head coach. You can find that as part of our Sporty Stories collection on Spotify and all the other major podcast platforms. Otto's undulating path to the World Cup. Wonderful story put together by Alpha Sulabi. Fresh out of the Sporty Stories kitchen. Yeah, if you find a group of people who can tell the stories better than we do, let us know. 9:24. Ray, so somebody texted me that they are waiting for the giveaway. Yeah.
The rate is 15.3.
The rate is 15.3.
No, but you know.
Yeah, man.
You know,
the rate is 15.3.
I just went back onto
that. Yeah. The thing that is paying some people, is paying people rough.
I don't get it.
Paying people rough. Meanwhile, they are listening to.
I'm surprised.
They are listening.
If they followed me on this show,
they are listening.
On this show,
there are people who claim that we spend 3-4 hours saying rubbish. They are listening.
Yeah, they are listening.
Tomorrow they'll come back. They'll come back Friday, Monday.
Nathan, if you followed me on this show,
yep,
you know very well me. I'll come and say the matter. I'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm not. It is not money that motivates me to come and perform.
Wait, don't worry. Don't worry. Bro.
I'll come and say it.
Bro, you see, listen, let me tell you something. Don't worry your head. If somebody says you've gone to take money, I find it absolutely ridiculous sometimes when I hear that stinking piece of rubbish people say.
To come and do what?
That you've gone to take money for what?
It's not the player who's supposed to make a case for himself by scoring goals to be seen week in, week out.
Yeah.
So when I take the money and I come and talk,
does it change something? It's an absolutely stinking idea, really. It's a very terrible idea. When I hear that, then we've gone to take money. Anyway, but you do give away.
We do give away.
You said what the rate is? What?
15.3.
Thank you.
He said the rate is 15.3. But only about you say he doesn't know that rate.
He has his own special rate. Okay, all right, no problem. 9:26. All right, you know what? Let's open the phone line. Let's open the phone line. Give us a call. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. 030-279-4805. 030-279-4805. Let us know what you make of maybe the Black Stars, the AFCON qualifiers, the drama surrounding the runners-up and the playoffs and everything. Everything you've heard. Hold on. Everything you've heard. Let me know your thoughts about that. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Yes.
Hello, the money make one reach my own.
Is it what?
I said the money no make one reach my own.
Have you spoken about Edin Ketia and Calum Hudson-Odoi? You haven't. Raymond has, so he has the money. We'll share it.
Why you say you go give away?
But the giveaway is to me. So he's giving away the money to me. Uh-huh.
It's only you.
Now, have you said something about Calum Hudson-Odoi? They said Raymond has gone to take money because he's talking about Edin Ketia and Calum Hudson-Odoi. So yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
Nita.
Yes.
I beg.
Imano, where are you calling from?
Oh, this morning.
Yes.
Adi also. They won't make Adi also. Adi also.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Nathan, this article 1, article 11.
Yes, 11.5.
You believe the 13, you know the big sense to me.
Why?
Please, according to FIFA, what's the genuine way to get a point in football?
A genuine way to get a point in football, as in?
It's not by only a game.
Is it by what?
It's not by like only a game.
Yes, you play the game, yes, to get your points, yes.
So the thing that wasted their resources, traveled the length and breadth and play matches. And you can tell them that you are taking their point out because of someone say on board you. You know, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, okay, so the people that they made that resource, so who is going to pay them back?
The people who did what?
The countries that made that expenses traveling all over the globe. Mm-hmm. So is it that now almost can actually now?
I look, Emmanuel, I understand the point you are making, and it's a solid argument you are making. I don't know what those countries will say. What I will say though is that this decision was sent to all the member associations as far back as March, so everybody knew that this was what was going to happen.
But this thing came into play while the qualifier started already.
No. It was so yes. So they updated it just when the qualifiers started. You understand? They had played a few games. Kelvin can correct. Kelvin, how many games had been played by March? I think
we had played just 4 games.
4 games. So they had played they had played
not even
4
50,
rounds.
not even 50% of the matches.
So they had played 4 rounds.
So now I want to ask you this. You've asked us a question and you think it's not fair. Now in that group, Morocco's group, where Eritrea withdrew, the teams now became 5, which meant that they played only 8 games each. So the team that placed second there, do you think it is fair enough comparing or matching up the statistics with the team that played 10 games in the rest of the 8 groups?
Okay, Kevin.
No, you haven't answered me.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me. You make your submission. Let me.
I asked the question. I want you to answer me just like we answered you.
Okay, I get your point.
So is it fair or not?
It's not fair.
Thank you. So that is what they sought to do, that we be at the same scale. We all understand that it is quite unfortunate these teams are losing their points. But to measure the teams on a level ground, it just had to be 8 games.
Okay, so Kevin, let me ask you this one. The teams you on Bobio, what's the best thing to do? Just give their points to those people who are playing. That's a simple thing to do.
You think it's simple? You think it's simple?
Their points.
You think?
And all to the rest of the teams in the group.
And you think
this shouldn't come and affect people who have 21 points, 19 points that they've traveled and wasted resources.
Yeah, you think FIFA did not know about all this? You think FIFA did not know about all this before coming to conclusion with the decision that they made?
So wait, if Ghana was in this situation, how will you feel?
If Ghana was in the the rules. It's the rules governing the game.
Imano, the rules are the rules.
Rules are rules.
We have to live with it.
Senegal missed out on the World Cup progression by virtue of yellow cards.
And that's what I'm saying. This rule is bogus. They should scrap it.
Okay, fair. I mean, that is your point.
You football cry is not fair. 22 people chasing one ball. Is it a fair sport for you?
No.
It's painful. We understand you, but rules are rules.
Rules are rules. I understand. It's quite painful. I don't know what they will do going forward, but that's the rule. Anyway, Emmanuel, let me take other callers. 054-257-1061 or 030-279-4805. Let me take a call on the other line. Hello. Hey. This rainy Wednesday morning. People want to create problems. Michael from Ablekuma, please go ahead. Yeah, we can't complain. You can't complain. The only thing is that they said Raymond has gone to take money.
So if the players are good, make them come, make them help the team because they just represent you. They won't make impact. I don't know. Maybe you can put in this okay, right now, at the end of the day, the column so although by June nothing. Okay, second also if you are any other friend. I don't know. Maybe I won't talk about South Africa game.
Okay, please talk about South Africa.
Yesterday, watched the game.
I saw large parts of it, and I also watched a little bit of Nigeria.
So you get South Africa for like what? Okay, then I bet for team
As in, I don't quite get you.
As I see the intensity like on the mobile.
Yeah.
You see quick transition. Papa 1-2. Now Omo do boxing. Now no casting, no other casting is there. If you don't qualify, they should start. He said he will resign.
Yeah.
He said he will resign.
Yes.
He will resign.
Yes.
And he gave them the World Cup qualification. So coach when I was thinking go farm. No correct. The Ghana was here you cool in my place the crown. Who go Bruce was in the age one mind. Because I think why 10 average players. And the way they were playing the ball, the transition from back to front, some corner they knew what they were doing. The Ghana here, the same here, how could you go to what want to be fine? No better than me and want to be fine because the year you see any Ghana, any Ireland when I go, no players or more. You say they are net against them before the basic against them. Not them up new will make the cash show answer. And because the basic Spain, no France, not them up more 100 with the kind of word maybe that. It's very serious. Now, young faculty to minimum experience could you go do something. That's just not me enter because I'm going to shop when I was. Mr. South Africa, Hey, average players, from Lady Sundance players, Orlando Pirates players, not only like quick transition, 1-2 passes, more penalty, but so even though Rwanda here, average team, which means that they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Coach did your 2-4-7 or is he striving because when you watch the boys mentality, they are my boys too. And I'm not automatically said the number. But then how they were playing on an person because who said they would have to set up with teams at the ball games. I would say like Eddie or we struggle before we get good. Now I'm saying that you only set this at the counter and say another way is good. But then I was sure about that for the perform a ball now in Italy. They know what they are doing. Coach didn't enjoy it. It's like when more to add something. Well, now you go for coach papa. Only the German, you know, heavy or young family who go do the name because another person made you wonder down. The person made you wonder that. No family. No family could you down. Not the other family that.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. Let's take more calls. 054-257-1061. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yeah, Nathan, this is Otumfo.
Yes, Otumfo.
Nathan, what they go on?
Are they?
It is so. So Nathan,
today, where are you calling us from?
Nathan, I'm calling you from Adenta Smith Flat.
Okay. You are always on the move.
You know, Charlie.
Please go ahead.
So, Nathan.
Yes.
Nathan, so if you watch South Africa, don't you see proper coaching? like coaching at the
Don't I see what?
don't you see proper coaching at play? Like, Nathan, don't you see that?
Oh yeah, I mean, when I watch South Africa, you can tell that there's something serious happening there.
Nathan, don't you also see the same thing when you watch Gabon play?
Gabon too have a very, very good look about them.
So Nathan, comparatively, do you think this country they have better players than Ghana?
I wouldn't say so.
No, Nathan, we are better than them when it comes to player to player. Nathan, this one, you see, I understand your position. Nathan, I understand your position as a journalist, you know, where you say you have to be like, you know, neutral, and then you don't want to be bashing people back and forth and all that. But Nathan, today I'm speaking your mind for you. Nathan, you and I agree. Nathan, you and I agree. You and I agree that Otto is not good enough. When push comes to shove, that we are playing this World Cup and this man has to pull strength and make sure, Charlie, like if you do a little tweak for something to happen, Nathan, from now on, make something happen. Nathan, you know those who are doing what you do. Nathan, you know.
Okay.
But Nathan, your position won't allow you to do things, Nathan.
So what is the point? So I want to understand your point.
Nathan, the point of is actually and I are coach.
Sorry?
And Nathan, you know what puts me off when we talk about the fact that we should start with Otto and then bring the new coach.
What?
The question sometimes you people ask that. So which coach do you think, Nathan, I beg you?
Yeah, I mean, is it not a fair question to ask?
It's not a fair question at all. Listen. You are signed up to become a GFA president. You are signed up to become a GFA EXCO member. You are signed up to become blah 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 blah. Nobody asks you to go sign up to the portfolio. You understand? Nathan, if you want to be a bull, we have this. And we have given our national team to you. So if we complain, we need a new coach. You don't come and ask us, coach Ben, no, there are better coaches around. It's your job to go do that. We say we want a better coach. You give us a better coach, not between the question mark at us and then you asking us which coach we think. No. You are doing the work, so do your work and do it well. We don't expect you to do. And if that is the case, so if we make suggestions that they should call player A, player B, player C, player D, do they listen to us? They don't listen. They still do whatever they want to do. Don't they? Oh, Nathan, like, I know I'm not sounding too harsh. I'm not disrespecting anybody or anything. You understand? Oh, no, Nathan, you know me. You have been calling on your show and you know how, you know, and everything.
Okay.
You know.
I get you. I mean, you certainly think that we need a change in the coaching department.
Yes. Nathan, coach now already that about top players. Why coach? Oh, Nathan. And you know, and also, people are just passing Raymond for no reason. So, what are they trying to tell us? So the fact that somebody played qualifies means it gives that person automatic, call up for the World Cup. No, it doesn't work like that. Nathan, just not in football. It is based on who is available and who give us the numbers. That is what we are always looking for in national team.
Okay.
We don't care about who played. Isn't Otto a product of Sokiman Indi? Isn't he a product of that?
Yeah.
Moroccan coach, Regarding.
Yeah.
Young starting coach on the first team medical World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know that if the situation Moroccans found themselves in, if it happened in Ghana about the fact that the previous coach was fighting with Hakim Ziyech and blah 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 blah, Ghanaians would have still been emotional and say, oh no, still coach Media qualified, coach Media qualified. Moroccans took a very simple decision, and we saw the blueprint of what the decision they took. And lastly, Nathan, make rate on me the 15 point was your talent, $100 in my pocket, so even the dollar you know the joke.
No, the 15 points, that's the pound rate. I don't know the dollar one.
Dollar players.
Oh,
is that what?
Pound players.
Okay, we haven't reached the dollar players. Okay, this one's pounds players. No problem.
Okay, wait, I guess.
When we get to the dollar players, then he'll drop the dollar rate too.
Yes.
Anyway, Otto, thank you.
And Nathan,
yes.
Why are people even crying over the criteria, blah, 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 blah? It's because people didn't pay attention to the criteria. They didn't pay attention. They never knew what it was going to get to the
yeah.
Or Nathan, like, you're telling yourself now when you're there, you understand? You just have to make sure that you are updated. you see, imagine that in Africa, we played World Cup and players accumulated caps, and then the team even didn't notice that.
Yeah.
We are just not up to that. So nobody should be crying like over this. It's fair, it's not fair, it's blah blah blah. Listen, to every rule that, like, let's say like emergency rules that they infuse in our football, someone will surely be on the receiving and someone will also enjoy.
Of course.
I don't know if I'm making.
Oh, yeah, I get you. I mean, once there's a rule, somebody will always be the person who gets affected.
Someone will have to cry foul, and then someone will also have to enjoy it. Charlie, make I not take the time out. Charlie, you guys enjoy the rest of your.
All right, Otto, for all the best to you. 054-257-1061. My producers, if there are any WhatsApp messages, please let us have them, and then we'll go through them as well. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Raymond from Otto.
Okay. Raymond, all right. Raymond, not you, Raymond. Yamano, the caller. Please go ahead.
What they are saying about my name is not fair.
Oh, what they are doing to your namesake?
No, it's not fair. It's not fair.
They say your namesake has gone to take money, and that we are paying him a salary, and he's here fooling about, so we should sack him.
Those people who are saying that if they also want something, they should come and see him. They should come and see him and see whether they can give him money he will take, or even if they can afford that money. if it's having a price, if they can afford it. So it's not fair. They should stop it. What I think about those two players is that they should just get form.
Okay.
And it's going to be easy. I don't know how the switch is going to come about, but if they really want to play for Ghana right now, they should do it right now. We don't want the situation whereby they'll get form, and then England will call them, and they'll put us in another corner again. You understand?
Okay.
So if the switch is possible, they should do it now.
Okay, all right.
If they don't get form and they think that they can just enter the team, they are lying.
Thank you. So it's a matter of form. If they are in form, no problem.
Yes, we will take them. We want players that will go and perform for us. We don't want any lighting here. So if they are in form, we will take them. Nobody can stop them. Okay. But if they are not informed, we will not agree. But Otto, I don't think he's a bad coach.
Okay. You don't think he's a bad coach? Okay.
He's just not great.
Okay.
He gets scared. Like, we have one of the best attackers in Africa. The best.
Okay.
Our defense is no good, we know. But we have some good midfielder in that midfield. At least some 2-3 true passes, we'll get a goal. You understand? But you will force these players to defend. That is to tell us that you don't trust your defense, and then you are afraid to concede. Meanwhile, you have one of the best attack. So I remember there's one particular season that Liverpool was having a very good forward, but the back was no good.
Okay.
And they used to liken it to a jean string, that the forward was covered and then the back was exposed. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I'm just laughing at the description. Anyway, okay. Please finish up.
So we will attempt to concede, but we can outscore people. But Otto is not that brave to do that. So I think if he's able to do that, he's going to be good. You allow Southwell and Juku to fumble at the back there. Let's score more. You see, Ghana, we like goals. So Ghana, we like goals. So if we withdraw again by 3-3, we enjoy that game more than drawing 0-0.
Okay.
Am I lying?
Yeah, that's true.
We like to jubilate goals. So if we are playing 0-0, you see that everybody, it will be like that. So it should be more brave. See, and even if you look at his best conference, that is sweating. You see that he's scared. That man is scared.
Okay.
So as for him, there, his problem is not. He's good. He's good, but I think he's not great enough.
Okay. All right.
He should attack. If we go to the World Cup, how many teams are you going to play and sit back and they will not score you? Attack them. Let them also think about how to defend against you.
Okay.
Because you have them. I mean, Kudus is one of the best dribblers. Send on you to see. We have good teams. But you see, I understand why people are saying that he's no good. It's just that he's not great.
Okay.
And if he sits in the press conference, he fumbles, people don't have confidence in him.
Okay. All right.
So I think that is my take on that.
All right.
So thank you very much. I enjoyed the show.
All right. Thank you so much. Please keep listening.
I should tell Raymond to stay cool. It's one of those things. We are Ghanaians.
Raymond is chill. Thank you so much. Let's take a few more calls and then we'll wrap it up. Some messages have also come through. We'll go through them in a bit. Let's take 2 or 3 more calls and then we'll call it a morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
I think
Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from, please? Hold on. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Please go ahead. Your line is not too clear.
Okay. I think that because I trust that player very well.
Sorry?
I trust Aspiru very well. I think the referee needs Aspiru too.
Okay.
And Thomas Partey is good. I think if you bring Aspiru in and you should go to the range, start to offer 2 small balls. But Aspiru is a very good player. That's how it's happening.
Okay. All right. Thank you. The line is not too clear. Let's take 2 more calls, read a couple of messages, and then we will be out of here. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
My name is Martin.
Yes.
I'm calling from Lashley.
All right, please go ahead.
So I think that our coach, we need a different coach.
Okay.
Because, Otuado cannot take us to the World Cup.
Okay.
In fact, the game that I concluded was the Mali game.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't watch the game. If I got them, I have to leave. I have to stop watching the match. I was so afraid, and everything was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for me. I think we need a new coach, like a coach that understands the players.
Mm-hmm.
Otuado, I don't know how. I don't know whether it's selection, because you have the players, but how to select them and they should play ball is so deep. I don't know, but I think to me, he has done well. We've qualified. We thank him. We hail him. No problem. We can even add him to the coaching staff, but we need the head. We need a proper coach. Like, look at South Africa. Look at South Africa. Yesterday, I enjoyed the way they played the football.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And sometimes you later you defend them so much. I don't know why, but
I defend who?
You defend our coach, like you defend the coach.
Hey, relax, take it. You see, relax. Hold on. You see, when we start to get into places like this, I like it. I defend Otuado. That's what exactly.
Like, I mean, you always when we call, like, we want to say, okay, Otuado, also you say, okay, we want us to explain, like the way you are asking me now. But sometimes we don't need to even explain. But
okay, you see, you call, you say that I defend Otuado. Can you give me one instance where I've defended Otuado? The whole Ghana is listening to you. Let's go.
That's why I cannot really pinpoint how you defend him, but so I don't know whether it's because of your job or what, but we have to support us so that everybody should know that if your program is very good.
You see, these are the things when people do and I get upset, then my producers will say I should calm down. People call, they make their point. All I ask them is, okay, you say Otto Addo is not good. I don't have a problem with that point. I just need you to explain why you think he's. How does that amount to a defense?
All right.
How does it amount to a defense? Somebody calls and says, let's sack Otto Addo. I say, I have no problem. Let's bring a new coach. Then I ask him, I want you to give me one name or two names. You don't even know why I asked that question. It's for all of us, our education. Maybe you've seen a different coach somewhere. So explain to all of us why you think coach A or B doesn't work. And then you call and say, I defend. Otto Addo, is he my father? Is he my relative?
No.
So why do you conclude that I defend Otto Addo?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's not be doing. You see, let's not be doing some of these things. You don't like Otto. I don't have it. If you don't like Otto, that's okay. As a show host, I will ask a very basic question. Can you explain why you don't like him? Oh, I don't like him because reasons A, B, and C. So when I do my job and I ask a question that can you explain, you interpret that to mean I'm defending Otto Addo. Hey, is that how you understand this work? That when I ask questions, I'm defending the Black Stars head coach? Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Nathan.
Wow.
But I'm sorry. Hey. Okay. Let me conclude, please. I'm sorry. And today was also my first time calling, and your show I've been listening.
Really? And this is your introduction to the show. Your first time calling. Your first time calling, and then you jump in. Nathan Cross is defending Otto Addo.
Because I've been listening all the time, I always show you are defending him.
You feel so you see, so it's not even based on fact. It's you feel I'm defending Otto Addo.
Yeah.
Bro, we've worked hard to get to this point. Oh. We've been in the trenches. Oh. We've worked.
Yeah. Wow.
We've worked. I've done this journalism business since 2004.
Ooh.
And you think that I'll get up and come and defend for no reason? Bro.
Wow. I'm sorry. By the way, I like the program. In fact, I like your program so much. Thank you so much.
0542571061. Let me take the final call for the morning.
Nathan, say they play defense more. We defender. We defender. Madini. Carnaval.
Charlie, what? No. Hello.
Yeah, Nathan, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Ellie from Spinters.
Yes, please go ahead.
Please, don't get angry. Don't get angry.
No, I will because you are like all people have all kinds of perceptions. Then you say I'm defending. How am I defending Otto Addo? These are the things people say. When I say it, people don't understand, but somebody is listening. You say that somebody forms a certain opinion. Somebody meets me in town, and then they start to misbehave because somebody has told them that I'm defending Otto Addo.
Sorry, my brother. Don't get angry. I know the guy didn't say it, but don't be upset this morning. Okay, don't allow this guy to ruin your day. Don't allow this statement to spoil your day at all. You have a bright day ahead of you. It's not even up to 10 a.m. So please. Some of us will be following you from SportyFM. Where you and Gary Asmith and even Raymond, the king is naked. Some of us we started following you guys not today. Just that we normally don't call all the time. We are my other sports listeners. So please, we know where you are coming from. So don't allow one person's opinion about you destroy your day. It's okay. Okay. Let me just make.
Yeah, please make you are the final caller for the show. Please make your point.
Where the guy who called concerning the what FIFA did.
Yes.
And your guys like Kevin or somebody was defending FIFA, and I said FIFA, they're also human beings, they can make mistakes. Mm-hmm. Because in qualifiers, you said every group should have six teams.
Yes.
Now one team said they will not play. Mm-hmm. We know that in football, if you forfeit a match, they take 3 points and three goals from you and give to your opponent. Mm-hmm. So FIFA should have done that. That was the fair point that they should have done. If Eritrea said as a country they cannot play the World Cup qualifiers, everybody in Eritrea's group, they give them 3 points each plus 3 goals.
Okay.
When the team 2 years ago, where Poli went to die.
Yeah, in Swatraman.
Oh yeah, in Swatraman said they will not play the league. Every team that will play in Swatraman got 3 points and 3 goals.
But wait, okay, let me ask you a question. So what about the teams that had played in Swatraman before? In that case, because Eritrea pulled out after 4 matches.
After 4 matches, so Eritrea don't receive a penalty. So after 4 matches, whatever point that they got, it is null and void. You give each team 3 points and 3 goals.
Okay, so you think that would have been the best way to go?
That would have been the best because in football, that's what I know. I started following football for quite a long time now. If they think so, today we are not playing football, they sanction you or they ban you, they suspend you, they take 3 points and 3 goals, they give to the opponent. That's what I mean. You can't tell me I'll finish playing. There may be the last team in my group. So now what happened to the first team? The first team also played the last team. Now it's just South Africa. South Africa, because they are number 1, so it doesn't apply to them. But the last team in the group now, which is Zimbabwe, any point that South Africa got against Zimbabwe, or any point that they got against that team, you have to subtract it. That's why Nigeria qualified.
Yeah, so the rules.
So Nigeria got 2 points against Zimbabwe. They subtracted from the Nigeria's point.
So wait, the rule affected the teams that came second. So
it came second. So why should it be so? So this is the unfairness of it. Because the rules must apply to all the teams in the group.
So you think all the teams in the group?
We are angry because Nigeria is here. Some of us, we are angry because Nigeria is here. If it had applied well, Nigeria should have been in the playoffs. You know it.
But Chief, all the teams knew this. CAF announced this way back in March.
And I know now they knew it. Oh my brother, they will say yes. But at the end of the day, it has gone around to come and affect so many people. Oh, when you were saying that time we were playing with the free space, I'll say, okay. Because imagine we are in the class, and so because Kweku Mensah didn't write exam, so I don't really know his point. Maybe Kweku Mensah's point take among everybody in the class. Maybe we are 30 in the class. Everybody will say, yeah. But when we finish and somebody got 97 and maybe 3 points to get to 100%, and the person got it, and somebody also got maybe 96 and needed the same 3 points, got 99, one person got 100. The person got a 99 will feel offended.
Fair point. I mean, look, that is a fair argument to make.
Yes.
That's a very fair argument.
I've been thinking about it. I said, FIFA didn't try at all. It should have been 3 points and 3 goals to each team. Then we move on.
Okay.
Now somebody got 6 points against maybe the lower team.
And the points have been taken away.
2 points. Some also got 2 points. So the person who got the 2 points have an advantage over the person who got the 6 points against the lower team. That's it. That's why Burkina Faso and Co, they are not here. Because some people got 6 points because the lower team, some of them, they are not good. So somebody beat their opponent home and away. So imagine if it had been maybe Chad in our group, Ghana would have been subtracted 4 points. And somebody would have lost 6 points. Maybe Mali who beat Chad home and away. Or maybe Madagascar, because Madagascar also beat Chad home and away. You see? So it's not fair at all what FIFA did. This one, I've never, up to now, still trying to understand this analogy, this formula that they brought.
Well, anyway.
They bring so many things that, because they cannot explain themselves. They can't explain it well, because they only say, they informed their teams already. You inform me already now that the jury is out, it's affecting somebody. But Faso should have been in the playoff.
Well,
yes.
Also,
as a country, it will affect them. Do you think Burkina Faso they are happy right now?
Oh no, clearly not. They won't
be happy. And other teams, because some people also got 50 like Nigeria got.
Yeah, but
because Nigeria was subtracted 2 points, somebody was subtracted.
No, but you see, after everything, it all came down to goals because Nigeria scored 13 goals. They conceded 6. Right? And then they got a goal difference of +7. Burkina Faso scored 13 goals and they conceded 7.
I understand you perfectly. But I said Burkina Faso was subtracted 6 points and Nigeria was subtracted 2 points. That's the main reason.
How did Nigeria get subtracted 2 points?
Because they said Nigeria against Zimbabwe.
Yes, Nigeria against Zimbabwe.
Nigeria couldn't beat Zimbabwe home and away.
Yes, so
they drew with Zimbabwe home and away, so it was 2 points.
Yes, unfortunately, I get you, but I'm just saying that is how it happened. The rule, I understand you. Look, I understand you. Simply because you don't want Nigeria to be here.
Somebody got 21 points, was subtracted 6 points, then the person came down to 15.
No, we wouldn't have been here if Nigeria had qualified automatically.
That's what he's trying to tell us.
Yeah, I mean, no, his point is that one, it is unfair because, for example, in the deduction, Nigeria got 2 points taken away because of their results with Zimbabwe.
Yes.
In the case of Burkina Faso, because of their own results, 6 points got taken away.
Burkina Faso are not fighting, but he is fighting.
No, but he's making a point that he's saying that.
Every competition.
Okay, hold on. No, the caller is still on. Let me wrap up with the caller. Anyway, let me wrap up with the caller.
The reason some of us we are fighting for Burkina Faso is that it's also their chance to qualify. They've never been there before.
True.
So this is unfair treatment to them. No? To them, it will affect them.
Well,
Nigeria didn't do their thing, so they Nigeria but intercontinental they will come out.
Okay, no, you will wait to see. It's in November. November is not too far away. We'll see.
From America and Canada and Nigeria on the logo, they will never go.
Okay,
thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's wrap.
Burkina Faso didn't do the operations well.
They didn't do their operations.
They didn't do their operations.
How didn't they do operations?
That last game they played against Ethiopia, 6, 7, 7, 8. Case close.
So that the goal scored because you see it was only the points that were taken away.
Yes.
The goals were not touched.
So what they should have done was just make sure you beat them well.
Yeah.
So that the goal difference goes in your favor.
That's all.
Because as we said, it's only the points that were taken away.
They didn't touch their goals.
You know what?
You see why when Black Stars failed to, beat Chad, they were not worried.
Why?
Because if you are not aware, then you place. If you are not careful, when you play second,
take the points away.
They will say, "Hey, Chad, you cannot be Chad. You cannot be Chad." You see, you cannot be Chad. You cannot be Chad. It's not easy. The rules are there. There's a saying in trade that baby I'm now You see, the rules are there. And someone will go and smoke. Then they arrest him. We are going 10 years. Someone will go and sell government money. And few years, then presidential pardon. So what is not fair? So play according to rules.
That's it.
That is all. Play according to rules. When there's a traffic light, don't go and say, I can go. When you go, police will catch you. So you see, rules are rules. Go by it. That's all. And I'm shocked that people doesn't want Nigeria to qualify. Why don't people want Nigeria to qualify? Now, when Nigeria is in this game, it will also help Ghana to push us. We as media guys, now have Sporty TV in Nigeria, have Sporty TV Ghana, SportyFM Ghana. It will help us. We want Nigeria to qualify so that all of us will cash out big. We need Nigeria in this tournament.
But wait, I'm just curious. So what was touched? Was it the points or the goals?
The points.
The points. So the points, but the goals weren't taken away, were they?
Yeah.
No.
So the points concerning.
Ideally, it should have been both.
Yeah.
See,
but then that would have gone.
No, even if they took the goals away, still.
Because
hold on.
You know what?
Burkina Faso against Djibouti.
I'm just checking the point. Okay, so if you go through the original group, for example, right? Burkina Faso, where are they? Burkina Faso, which group are they?
They are in Group A.
Group A, no problem. So Burkina Faso, at the end of the day, had 23 goals scored.
Yes.
8 against.
Yeah.
Right, and a goal difference of 15. Now, when you go to the final group. Okay. So this is what happened. So when they took away the results.
The results, yes.
Very good. So the goals matter because now it came down to everybody's goal tally dropped.
Yes.
So Burkina Faso now came to 13 goals scored, 7 conceded. That was in relation to the 4 matches left.
Yeah. So they took out the goals. They took the goals out as well.
Yes.
Once the results are cancelled.
Yes.
It doesn't exist.
Because overall, Burkina Faso got
10-1.
Yes.
6-0 and 4-1.
Yes.
So 10 goals were taken out.
Good. That's how come they got 13 now. Very good. Yes, it's true. So the goals were taken away. The points were taken away. All right, that's clear. So Delali, thank you for that.
Djibouti 10.
Djibouti.
All right, guys, so let's try and wrap it up.
They should have beaten Djibouti 2-0, 1-0. So they took 10 goals out of their 23.
They complicated.
They got +9 against Djibouti. Well, it was 4-1 and 6.
Yeah.
So 9 goals.
9 goals.
Yes.
You see,
it's too much.
I knew this will happen. over the weekend, I was glancing through some media outlets, and I saw this debate. People, even Zambia wanted to win their last game, so that they fall.
Yeah.
Because when you go to Zambia and check Zambia group on their platforms, they were debating on they should come to the park more because when they win, when they deduct other teams' points, they favor them. So they need to win their last match. Unfortunately, they couldn't win.
They lost to Niger.
Yes, they couldn't win. So you see, in March, that was when this communique, came out to the member association. So they were aware.
Yeah.
They were aware. You see, so everything is based on law.
Yeah,
the laws
the
are
rules
laws.
rules.
You cannot go.
I don't know why people are furious about this.
I guess it's the gentleman who called, for example, he is absolutely pained because Nigeria is still alive.
Yeah, Nigeria
doesn't want Nigeria alive anywhere.
You see, Kelvin made an example about the Gaka Tofo.
Yes,
they agreed that if you play penalty and you win, you are superior.
Point. Yes, you get one more point.
Yes, so House of Folk didn't lose game.
Mm-hmm.
They won.
But by the time it ended, Gold Stars had more points.
Exactly.
Because they won more shootouts.
Exactly. Yes. So rules are rules. If you agree to it, fine. So all of us need to learn. That's why a referee will take a decision and you see a fan will go and beat the referee. Because we don't understand the game.
But rules are
rules.
Okay.
Rules will tell you that when the ball hits someone's hand, you need to be big. Your hand need to let you be big.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a penalty. It's not far. But because the ball has hit someone's hand,
it has to be a penalty. But the rules too are there.
Maybe I'm now one.
There's Imran the
the rules are saying that A is A, B is don't say B is you look like AB. You don't have AB.
Okay, let me just read this message and then we are out of here. This one says, this is Nathan from Kaswa, my namesake. Says this play of Mata Longgrove, the only two titles I can give to it. Ray says proving the Monaco or Journey of Bloshan. Keep up the good work. Nisoa from Teshi says, I think the point deduction should have only applied to the Niger group. So for example, Madagascar should be deducted while being compared to Niger because Niger played fewer games. But comparing Madagascar and Nigeria, the actual points should have been used because they played the same number of matches. Then it's quite a long one. He was talking about Burkina Faso taking the matter to the Court of Arbitration for Sport and all of that. Well, look, I understand the concerns. I have similar concerns, but you see, I've come to understand that the rules are the rules.
If you go to CAF today, CAF will refer to you what are the rules and regulations of the competition that you are playing.
Yes.
And that is what they are going to use.
That once you are playing in the competition,
there are rules and regulations.
And then
you abide by it.
And they refer to precedents.
Yes, there are precedents too. So these things, we should just understand that Nigeria benefited, yes, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. So this one is a lesson to everybody.
Yes.
Next time you are in a group and there's a withdrawal, when you are playing the weakest team in it, you play 2 draws.
All right, that's how I wrap it up on today's edition of the Sporty Breakfast. Thank you so much for joining.